Right, that's better. Can you hear me now? Let me just check if the sound is working.
Right, that's better. Can you hear me now?
Good. Right. Okay. We're good. We've got the sound back. I don't know what went wrong there, but anyway, we are now back up and running. I'm just gonna copy a link to this onto Twitter, just to get a few more people involved in the show, which is going to be good. It's going to be a good game. Just let me put this on. And yeah, so there's that one change then for the Arsenal team tonight, which is, of course, I say Thomas Partey's back a little bit. I know there were rumours that he was going to be fit. I wasn't really sure if he was, but apparently he is. So this is good news, very good news, because he's an important player for us, as we know, alongside Sambi Lokonga. While, of course, Granit Xhaka is still getting himself fit again following that dreadful injury that he suffered against... was it Tottenham game? Was it? I can't remember which game it was now that he got that injury. It seemed a long time ago now. Anyway, right. Let me just put this on to Twitter. Been a bit behind today. These late Saturday kickoffs are not really good for me. But anyway, we have got there, which is good. So yeah, let's look forward to this game. And kickoffs in about 5-6 minutes time. It is going to be a very difficult game for Arsenal. We know that, but Liverpool are a bit under strength, certainly squad-wise, on the bench. They haven't got much experience on the bench tonight, actually. So it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of play that, really. But we'll see how that goes. I don't know if you saw the games earlier. There was some crazy scores, wasn't there? This afternoon, 2-3-3 draws. Man United getting beaten 4-1. Surely Ollie can't survive much longer, can he? But we'll see what happens there. We don't need to worry too much about that now, do we? We've had our own issues and our own problems, but they do seem to be behind us, certainly for the time being anyway. We'll see exactly how it works over the next few months or so, starting tonight, really. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, this is a big game. I believe this is the biggest game in English football history. Liverpool against Arsenal, two of the most successful teams in English football, two of the biggest clubs in world football as well. And it's always a big match. There's been so many great moments, and of course, you can't really talk about Arsenal against Liverpool, can you, without mentioning that one game, of course, all those years ago, 1989, at this stadium, when Michael Thomas popped up with that goal at the end to give us that league title, which was an amazing night. Obviously, anybody that was there will never forget it. Anybody that saw it live will never forget it. It was just an amazing experience, and it was great for us, obviously, to be a part of that. The most famous game in football history. But so I do think this fixture overall has been one of the best games in English football history. You know, it's got history and tradition, hasn't it? The very first ever fixture on Match of the Day in 1964 was Liverpool versus Arsenal at Anfield. There's been so many great games over the years, and well, it's maybe been a little bit tamer in recent years, hasn't it? You know, Arsenal and Liverpool haven't been competing for league titles. Liverpool have, Arsenal haven't. So the games maybe haven't had as much meaning in terms of the overall situation in the league in recent years, but it's still a massive fixture. And this game here now, it's really well poised, isn't it? Liverpool in fourth place with 22 points, Arsenal in third place with 20 points. So a win for Arsenal, our first win here for over 10 years. And that would be incredible, wouldn't it, for us to be able to move above Liverpool and get into that top four. You know, West Ham have lost today as well. So we've got an opportunity to pull level on points with them, who are third. So this is a big opportunity for Arsenal, a big game for Arsenal. And let's hope that we can produce a performance. I think we all want to see Arsenal play well and compete with Liverpool, because we've come to Anfield in recent years and we've been heavily beaten and we've not competed with them at all. And tonight, what I want to see is us give Liverpool a game. And if it happens that we can get a great result as well, then that's even better, isn't it? I mean, I'm not expecting us to win because, you know, Liverpool, as we know, are a very good team. And yes, they've got one or two players missing, but they're still a very, very good team, aren't they? So it's going to be a really tough game for us. We know that, but I don't see any reason why we can't get the result. They're not in great form, are they? They've only only won 2 of their last 6 Premier League games, and none of their last 2. A draw against Brighton here at Anfield, and then of course there was also that defeat at West Ham in their last game. So we'll see what the international break's done for Liverpool. The teams are just coming out now. One of the most famous arenas in world football, isn't it? Anfield, fantastic place to play football, and let's hope that that Arsenal can rise to the occasion tonight, because it is a massive game, and if Arsenal can get a result, it's going to really set us up, isn't it? We'll be in a great position moving into the busy December period, isn't it? When we've got some really big, tough games coming up, haven't we? Against Man United away, Everton away, and stuff like that. So it's a big period in the season for Arsenal. It's important that we do go into that with this momentum still going. This 10-game unbeaten run, which has been fantastic. We need to keep it going, and if we do, then hopefully, who knows where the season could end. There's a place. I believe there's a place in the top 4 for somebody this season. West Ham at the moment are maybe favourites, although they lost today, as we said. So yeah, I do believe we've got a great chance of getting in that top 4 this season. But we'll know a lot more in the next couple of hours or so, won't we? Exactly where we are with in terms of the top sides. Yes, I've seen some things that people have been saying on social media. That we can't judge Arteta on this one game, but these are the games where we want to be judged on. We want to. These are the teams we want to show that we can compete against, because this is where we want to aspire to be, don't we? We want to aspire to be a team that can challenge for titles, a team that can challenge for all the big honours in football. So, this is what we need to do today. We need to come here to Anfield now and really show what we're all about. There's some players are lined up in the centre circle again. I don't know if it's more remembrance stuff. There seems to be a month of remembrance, really. I don't know if it is or whether... I think it might be, actually. I don't know if this is maybe Liverpool's first home game since all of it happened. I'm not really sure, the remembrance stuff. But anyway, Arsenal are in the lime yellow shirt, yellow kit today, all yellow, of course, with the cannon the right way round on this particular kit, although it's a bit of a cartoon cannon, isn't it? Let's be honest. Liverpool, of course, are in the red, as always. So this is a big game in football history, is the English football history, one of the biggest, and it is going to be a good game, this, I'm sure. And let's hope that Arsenal can actually compete at Anfield. So it's a long time since we have done, isn't it? We've suffered some really heavy defeats on this ground in recent years. Of course, the last 2 have finished 3-1, actually, and then it was a 5-1 the year before that, 4-0 the year before that. We've had some shockers, haven't we, in recent years? But let's hope that this new look Arsenal team, the new look Arsenal defence, a lot more solid and strong. Let's hope that we can produce something today that we've not done enough of, actually, in these big games away from home, have we? Maybe there's a little less pressure on us, actually, in this game coming into it. Although we're on a good run, most people probably don't expect us to win. So, there's a little bit less pressure on us. And Liverpool, if they're going to keep themselves in that title race, they do need the 3 points here today. It's going to be Liverpool to kick off, and it's going to be our old friend Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain who is going to take the kick-off for Liverpool. Michael Oliver is the referee. Whether that's good or bad, I'm not sure. He's not as bad as a lot of them, to be fair. So it might not be such a bad thing. But we are about to kick off here at Anfield in this big game in the Premier League, 4th versus 5th. The winners will be in the top 4 at the end of this game. It is Liverpool to kick off. They're attacking the goal to our left, which is the Anfield Road end, the end where the Arsenal fans will be gathered in the bottom corner. The away stand at Liverpool does need a bit of work. Arsenal immediately won the ball there with Lacazette. Saka plays it to Aubameyang. Aubameyang tried to give it back to Saka, but it was good covering there by Fabinho. And the ball's now gone back to Alisson, and he plays it short to Matip. No, it wasn't to Matip. Sorry, it was to Thiago, wasn't it? Van Dijk now. Liverpool just getting a few touches on the ball in defence. Ball up the line there from Van Dijk by Matip. Sorry, was cut out, but it's going to be a throw to Liverpool over on that far side. We've played a minute of this game. It is still 0-0. The ball is with Alisson, plays it short inside the penalty area. Van Dijk goes long, very long, but it's Ben White underneath that, wins the header and wins the free kick as well. It was Mane challenging him there, and Arsenal do win a free kick in the midway point in the Arsenal half. Plays it back to Gabriel, and Arsenal can now look to get a bit of possession themselves at the back. Ben White plays it back to Ramsdale. He's had a good week, hasn't he, Aaron Ramsdale, making his England debut in San Marino. Of course, 3 of this team played for England, didn't they, the other night in that San Marino game. England won 10-0. Smith Rowe and Saka both on the score sheet, of course, and a clean sheet for Ramsdale. Arsenal are starting to take over the England squad as well, aren't they? As well as the Premier League at the moment, it seems. But Liverpool now have got possession with Joel Matip, plays it back to goalkeeper Alisson, and then he plays it short to Van Dijk inside the Liverpool penalty area. Alisson again in front of the Kop end, famous Kop end at Anfield, of course. Alisson plays it to Matip. It wasn't a good touch, actually, and he has to go back to Alisson under a little bit of pressure there from Aubameyang. And Alisson just plays a square ball, simple, to Van Dijk, pings it in to midfield to Thiago. He plays it out to Matip. Liverpool keeping possession in their own defensive third at the moment. Thiago now closed down by Lacazette. Goes short to Virgil van Dijk. Plays a long ball over the top. Tomiyasu's underneath it, but it wasn't a good header, actually. He just falls to Jota. Jota tried to find Mane just on the edge of the penalty area, but Arsenal do manage to clear it away with Gabriel. But Liverpool have picked up possession again. And they're coming forward down that far side, but that's gone out of play. It was Oxlade-Chamberlain there, was looking for Mo Salah. That's going to be an interesting matchup, isn't it? Mo Salah against Nuno Tavares in this game. He's got a lot of pace, Tavares. He certainly won't be scared of Salah's pace, will he? But we've seen the form that Salah's been in this season. Liverpool now have broke away. They know they haven't. It's a free kick. It was a foul, I think, by Oxlade-Chamberlain on Tavares. And Arsenal got a free kick over on that far side. Over 3 minutes played, 3.5 minutes played. It is still Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Here at Anfield, Arsenal in the lime yellow shirts. Or lemon, sorry, not lime green, isn't it? It's lemon. Ben White now have a charge from defence, but he's done too much. He's given the ball away to Thiago. Now he finds Salah on the edge of the penalty area. Mo Salah with a shot. Drags it wide of that near post. Ben White there doing far too much. Drove the ball out of defence. A heavy touch. He lost the ball. And then we were in trouble there. The ball was played quickly into Mo Salah. But from the edge of the penalty area, he couldn't get his shot accurate, and it's gone past that near post. But that was sloppy, that from Ben White. He can't keep doing that against this Liverpool team. As soon as they win possession, you know they're gonna break quickly, look for Mane or Salah, which they did there. Lokonga there also under pressure now in the Arsenal defensive third. He does well in a tight area, gets the ball up the line towards Smith Rowe, but it's Liverpool that pick up possession with Matip, and he goes back to goalkeeper Alisson. So there's not really much pattern to the game yet. Both teams seem quite happy to play the ball out of defence. Van Dijk's just pinging these long 40-yard balls to the corners, looking for Salah or for Jota. But Liverpool have picked the ball out there in midfield with Oxlade-Chamberlain into Van Dijk again. This time he goes short to Thiago. Thiago down to this near side to Tsimikas. Plays it to Mane. Good defending there from a combination of Ben White and Saka. And Ben White wins a free kick from Mane to relieve a little bit of that pressure. It was Tsimikas there coming forward at left back today for Liverpool in place of Robertson, who I'm assuming is injured. He's in the stands. He's not named on the bench. He's sitting next to Bobby Firmino, also injured, of course. Now Ramsdale's got the ball inside the Arsenal penalty area. Plays it to Gabriel. Arsenal seem trying to play it out from the back so far in this game in these early stages, which it's not something we've been doing an awful lot of in recent games. We go a bit longer there. Saka now picks it up on this near side, but the ball's taken off him by Thiago, and now it's with Van Dijk. And Van Dijk goes back to Alisson and then gets the ball back. Looks like he's lining up one of his long balls again, but instead he plays it to this near side to Tsimikas, inside to Thiago for Liverpool. And he's found Matip. Liverpool just comfortable to keep possession inside their own half of the pitch. Arsenal aren't really pressing too much, but they start to press a little bit more now. And Smith Rowe has intercepted that pass from Matip, but it's gone back to the goalkeeper, Alisson, again. And he just exchanges passes with Van Dijk inside the penalty area. Arsenal seem a little bit unsure whether to press or not. Saka, Aubameyang and Lacazette are waiting on the edge of the penalty without really pressing. And Liverpool do manage to play the ball out now. It's over on that far side. Alexander-Arnold finds Van Dijk, who strides forward for Liverpool towards halfway. Plays it back over to that far side again to Alexander-Arnold. Goes past Smith Rowe. Plays the ball over to this near side, but it's a good ball from Tomiyasu. Finds Saka down this near side for Arsenal. Saka on the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. Plays it inside to Lacazette. Lacazette tried to give it back to him, but it was good defending actually by Tsimikas. I think it was who got the block in. And Ben White has just conceded a free kick there for a foul on Sadio Mane. Those two have had one or two little moments in this game so far. Ben White and Sadio Mane. That's going to be another interesting battle, isn't it? Alexander-Arnold then pings a long ball up the line looking for Mo Salah, but Tavares was across and heads it out for a throw to Liverpool. Seems to be Liverpool's tactic so far in this game to hit those long balls. A lovely ball from Tomiyasu that was just before. Put Saka away down this right-hand side. He cut in, looked to play a 1-2 with Lacazette. Didn't quite come off. But Arsenal coming forward again over on that far side. It's with Aubameyang. He's onside, cuts inside, just on the edge of the penalty. Digs the ball towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It was towards Lacazette. Challenge for the header, but he's given away a free kick. And it is not going to come to anything this for Arsenal. I think it was Thiago there. He challenged there for that cross. It was a good play from Aubameyang actually over on that far side, Arsenal's left. Cut back inside, put a cross in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Lacazette was challenging for it, but he did give away the free kick and Liverpool can get possession again. Looks like Arsenal want to play as Liverpool style, playing it out from the back, what our Liverpool are playing, and then when they get the opportunity, they are going long up the line for the two wide players. But Arsenal get a vulnerable back there. Tomiyasu tried to find Saka again, but Liverpool picked the ball up with Thiago, who's had a lot of possession, and Fabinho there tried to go long, but Aubameyang blocked that clearance. And now the ball's gone back to goalkeeper Alisson. Again, he goes very long. Gabriel's underneath this. It bounced. Sorry, it was Tavares underneath it. Gabriel now with the second header towards halfway. But Fabinho now with the ball plays it in to midfield to Jota, who's dropped deep. Now Tsimikas over on this near side for Liverpool. The Liverpool left. Thiago plays up the wing towards Sadio Mane. Can he keep it in? He does. He's got Tomiyasu for company. Sadio Mane just trying to get into the penalty area, but Tomiyasu does really well actually. Brilliant defending from the Japanese. Held up Mane there, and he's now going to be a throw to Liverpool on the near side, which they've taken quickly. Tsimikas plays it back to Van Dijk. Just about 5 yards inside the Arsenal half, plays it to this near side to Tsimikas again. And then it's back to Thiago. Fabinho back to Thiago again. Liverpool certainly enjoyed the majority of the possession in these opening 10 minutes. But we've yet to see a real opportunity at goal. There was that one chance from Salah that he dragged wide of the near post after Ben White was caught in possession, trying to bring the ball out from the back. But it's basically been mostly Liverpool possession. In fact, 70% Liverpool possession so far in this game. But Arsenal keeping their shape well. Liverpool they're over on that far side with Oxlade-Chamberlain, who want to make him an impression money against his former club, of course. We did get a lot of money for him. Salah there tries to play the ball up the line to Fabinho, but he's overhit it. And it's gone out for a goal kick to Arsenal. It's been the game hasn't really ignited yet. Liverpool have had a lot of possession without really doing an awful lot with it. And Arsenal are just keeping their shape pretty well. And so far, so good. After nearly 11 minutes played at Anfield, Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. It's certainly been a slow start to this game. A long clearance there from Ramsdale. It's flicked on by Aubameyang, but it's going to go all the way through to Alisson in the Liverpool goal. And he throws it out to Thiago, who's dictating the play at the minute for Liverpool. It's a free kick there given away by Aubameyang. And it's going to be a free kick to Liverpool just on the edge of the centre circle. So Liverpool take that free kick quickly now to Tsimikas on his near side. He plays it back to Virgil van Dijk. Plays it to Matip, his central defensive partner. Now Van Dijk again plays it ball into midfield to Thiago and gets it back again. Virgil van Dijk. Thiago again plays it to Sadio Mane, who's running at the heart of this Arsenal defence. Tried to play it into Tsimikas there, who's made the run on the outside. But again, the Liverpool pass wasn't accurate and it has gone out for a goal kick to Arsenal. So Arsenal have been keeping their shape well. We've been shutting down those spaces for Liverpool, and so far it's been a fairly comfortable evening up to this point. Nearly 12 minutes played at Anfield. It's Arsenal 0, it's Liverpool 0. One of the most famous fixtures, as we said, in English football history. We're still waiting for some fireworks in this game. Mane, though, now on his near side, goes past Tomiyasu, who challenges back and concedes a free kick. Tomiyasu protesting his innocence there, but he did well actually to get back there because Mane briefly gone past him. Nice little flick by Mane. He did get past him, but Tomiyasu went back and he maybe won the ball actually. A little bit of a harsh free kick, but anyway, a free kick's been given to Liverpool over on that near side, the touchline. It's a dangerous moment. This you've got Tsimikas over this free kick. Is he going to whip it in with that left foot? Indeed, he is towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It's a header comes in, but it's over the top of the crossbar. It was Van Dijk. He was under pressure. Good defending that was from Arsenal again, and the ball's gone behind for a goal kick. There was 2 or 3 Arsenal defenders around Van Dijk there, so he couldn't direct his header on goal, and it has gone over for a goal kick to Arsenal. Again, we're trying to play it short out of the back. Gabriel finds Ben White. Tomiyasu now on his near side, but he doesn't give him to Tomiyasu. Instead, he goes long, looking for Saka up this near side. Saka wins the challenge, and it's Lacazette coming in on the second ball for Arsenal. Can we get the first goal, which I think will be so important in this game for Arsenal to get? If we go behind, it's going to be difficult, isn't it, to come back? If we can score first, Liverpool will be under pressure. That ball played up line there from Tsimikas, but Tomiyasu cut it out. But Liverpool again regain possession as they have done for much of these opening 14 minutes or so. Mane now tried to dink the ball over the top, looking for the run of Oxlade-Chamberlain, and now he's been fouled by Lacazette doing his defensive duties for the team. And it's going to be another free kick to Liverpool. This is midway inside the Arsenal half. And it's an opportunity now for Liverpool to maybe get the ball in the box and really test this Arsenal defence. They've coped really well so far in this game, the opening 14 and a half minutes. But we've got some more defending to do now with this free kick. So it's midway inside of the Arsenal half, just slightly over to that far side. It's going to be Trent Alexander-Arnold towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Tomiyasu with the header. But is it offside or is it a foul? Referee Michael Oliver has blown his whistle. May have been a push there from Joel Matip. And it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal inside the penalty area. So we have played 15 minutes now at Anfield. Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Not a lot of goal mouth action. A lot of Liverpool possession and a lot of Arsenal good defensive shape. That's been the story of these opening 15 minutes of this game. And let's see whether Arsenal can try and offer a bit more of an attacking threat. Lacazette now looking to do just that. Plays it out to this near side to Bukayo Saka. He's got Tsimikas again for company, and now he's joined by Sadio Mane. The ball goes back to Tomiyasu and now Ben White. Arsenal keep a little bit of possession now. We've not had much in this first half. Ben White tried to flick the ball over the top, looking for Lacazette or Saka, and in the end it's run straight through again to the Liverpool goalkeeper. Neither team have quite found their rhythm yet, have they, in the attacking third of the pitch. So it remains 0-0. The ball's currently with Alisson inside the Liverpool area. In fact, he's just come outside the area now, plays it in to Thiago. Arsenal aren't pressing at all, maybe worried about that long ball over the top, leaving spaces. And Arsenal do win that one there. Gabriel, Thomas Partey plays the ball to Saka again. Does really well, Saka. Now it's come to this near side. Tomiyasu, can he get a cross in? It could be a dangerous moment. It's a good cross. Was he in the 6-yard box? It was Saka, was it, there attacking the ball? Of course, he did score a header for England, didn't he, the other night? He couldn't get on the end of that one, though. It was good defending by Liverpool. I think it was Joel Matip, but a great cross that was from Tomiyasu, actually. Really good play from Saka in the build-up to that. Then Lacazette played the ball out to this near side to Tomiyasu. He lined up his cross. Saka was there on the edge of the 6-yard box. In fact, it was Oxlade-Chamberlain who came back and challenged him. And just got there ahead of Bukayo Saka. Of course, Oxlade-Chamberlain was maybe playing in that similar position to where Oxlade-Chamberlain plays now, wasn't he, before he got sold by Arsenal back in, was it 2017, was it 2018? Funny enough, it was just after a game at Anfield, wasn't it, when we lost 4-0. And we sold him soon after that in that summer transfer window, didn't we? Got a lot of money for him. He's not really played that many games for Liverpool due to his injuries. But Arsenal have now got a free kick. Similar position to where Liverpool's free kick was just a minute ago. It was at the other end of the pitch this time, just slightly to the right-hand side of the goal, midway inside the Liverpool half. Is it going to be Saka over this, curling it with his left foot? In fact, Gabriel played... it was Lokonga played it short to Saka, but now the ball played Gabriel over the top, looking for the run over on that far side of Nuno Tavares, but he couldn't keep it in. And he has gone out for a goal kick to Liverpool. I don't know why he didn't just maybe put that ball straight into the box there. Instead, Lokonga played it short to Saka. It went back to Ben White. Obviously, that's a move that they've worked on in training. And then looking for the run of Tavares down that far side. But the ball was slightly overhit by White. And it has gone out for a goal kick to Liverpool. But a slightly different free kick routine there. Didn't quite come off for Arsenal, unfortunately. Van Dijk now plays it to this near side to Tsimikas, who's had seen a lot of the ball as well. But that was a mistake there from Sadio Mane. Gave the ball away to Lacazette, and now Lokonga's got it for Arsenal. Plays it back to Gabriel. It's gone all the way back to Aaron Ramsdale again. Arsenal just quite happy to just keep possession now in the defensive third of the field. Ben White with that long ball, looking for Saka down his far side. It's a good ball. Saka's going to get there ahead of Tsimikas. Saka's done well. Can he get across it? He goes past the defender, he goes past another defender, Thiago, and referee looked at it but didn't give a free kick, although Saka did seem to want one, but Tavares was in quickly there to win the ball back for Arsenal, but now it's back with Gabriel, and exciting play that was from Saka there. Ben White with that long ball found Saka, who caused Liverpool a few problems, but they did get away with that. Tomiyasu now trying to come forward down his near side as well. He's held up by Tsimikas, and now it's gone out for a throw to Liverpool. That was good play from Saka, actually. Really good play. He's been causing Liverpool a lot of problems down his near side in these opening 20 minutes of this game. That seems to be where most of our attacks have come from. There was a good cross from Tomiyasu just a few moments ago from this side, and Saka as well has been playing well down here as well. But let's see now Liverpool coming forward, but Gabriel intercepts that and does well. But there's a ball over the top to Mo Salah. He's got the wrong side of Gabriel. Cuts inside, plays the ball into Jota. Good play from Gabriel. Got back quickly there to cut out that attack. And actually the linesman's flag has now gone up for an offside. I don't know if it was in the initial move. Actually, it's a little bit sloppy from Arsenal in midfield. Smith Rowe was caught out of possession. In fact, it was Salah was offside. Gabriel wasn't to know that, though. He did well to come back. And then he did win the ball back off Jota. And then the flag went up for offside against Mo Salah. But just went to show there that Gabriel got back at him. But now Liverpool coming forward again with Oxlade-Chamberlain. He'd love a goal, wouldn't he, in this game, I'm sure. He's still got the ball there. Dinks across up towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Sadio Mane's underneath it. Heads it down towards Jota. Saka comes back, but Jota has got there first. Now Mane pings across into the 6-yard box, but it's far too close to Aaron Ramsdale. And another Liverpool attack comes to nothing. We played over 20 minutes of this first half. It is still Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Neither goalkeeper's had a save to make yet. It's been both teams have really cancelled each other out. Liverpool have had a lot of possession and have found it difficult to break through the Arsenal shape, actually, which has looked good in these opening 20 minutes or so. Tomiyasu heads the ball on there. Lacazette wins the second header, but then Thiago pinches it back for Liverpool, and now Tsimikas plays it back to Van Dijk. He plays it squared to Matip, and on to Alexander-Arnold over on that far side. Again, Liverpool keeping comfortable possession without really doing a lot with it. It's fairly comfortable this for Arsenal at the moment. We're not pressing them very high up the pitch, but as soon as they enter our half, we're shutting down the spaces as quickly as we can. Good tactical play from Arteta in these opening 20 minutes or so. But we haven't offered any attacking threat as yet. No shots at goal, but neither of Liverpool. So Tavares does well there against Salah, but Liverpool do pick the ball up. Salah now is going to have a run at Tavares, and Sambi Lokonga, great tackle, but the ball's fell to Oxlade-Chamberlain. His shot comes in, it hits Nuno Tavares, who does really well actually. Again, he just pinched the ball off Salah a moment before, and then he blocks that shot from Oxlade-Chamberlain. Liverpool take that throw quickly. They're trying to force Arsenal back now. Liverpool, Thiago plays it to Van Dijk, pings it in to midfield to Sadio Mane, and then gets it back. Now plays it to this near side to Liverpool now lose the ball, and Arsenal come forward now. Lacazette plays the ball into Aubameyang. He's got a runner off him with Bukayo Saka now, just coming into the edge of the penalty. Bukayo Saka, can he pull it back, or is he going to have a shot? He tries a shot, it hits Van Dijk. Good defending there. Van Dijk shut the door on Saka, but Tomiyasu's got the ball now. Good work back there from Diogo Jota, and it is going to be a throw to Liverpool. A quick break there, actually. It was a mistake by Liverpool. Lacazette won the ball. Saka was running off him. Good run that was from Saka. But again, it doesn't come to anything. The shot was blocked by Van Dijk. But Arsenal did press there, won the ball. Tavares is all over Sadio Mane there and gives away a free kick. Mane drifted over to that far side, actually. Him and Salah over there, actually, trying to maybe put some pressure on the Arsenal left back. But he's done well so far, Tavares. You haven't really seen him bombing forward yet in this game. He's been very disciplined, and he's certainly defended well so far against the dangerous Mo Salah, who, as we said on the show the other night on a Tuesday clinic when we had the two Liverpool fans on from the 1892 podcast, that Mo Salah's probably one of the best players in the world at the moment. So Tavares has done well up till now. But we know it only takes a second for Salah to do something amazing and score or create a goal. But so far, so good for Arsenal in this big game here at Anfield. Joel Matip now inside the centre circle for Liverpool. Plays it square to Virgil van Dijk. Just stops the play briefly and then plays it in to Thiago and then gets it back and then pings it over to that far side to Fabinho. Plays it out over on that far touchline to Mo Salah. Cuts in. That's a good ball, actually drilled across the goal. Oh, it was deflected behind Jota, who was coming in. And it is now going to be a corner to Liverpool. It was Alexander-Arnold there, linked with Mo Salah. He whipped in a really dangerous cross, actually. Ben White just managed to deflect it away from Jota. A drilled cross that time. And then it was Bukayo Saka who spooned it out for a corner to Liverpool over on that far side. I think it might be Liverpool's first corner, is it? In fact, it is the first corner of the game over on that far side. It's coming towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Van Dijk with the header, but Arsenal deal with it well. And then Smith Rowe completes the clearance long over to halfway. But Fabinho's under that, tidies up and plays the ball back to Alisson in goal for Liverpool. 25 minutes played, Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Liverpool starting to crank up the pressure a little bit, but Arsenal have looked dangerous on the counter-attack on 2 or 3 occasions when we've managed to win the ball back and break quickly. But now this is a Liverpool attack. Diogo Jota through the centre. Is he going to try a shot? Or he tried to play it out to Mane on this near side. But again, good defending from Arsenal. Now is this a counter-attacking chance? Saka tries to turn there and he's brought down by Van Dijk. If it was anybody else, you'd imagine it would be a yellow card, but not for Van Dijk, who's of course captain today without Jordan Henderson in the side. He's on the bench, Henderson, for Liverpool. He went through the back of Bukayo Saka there. You'd imagine that should have been a yellow card, but it's not given as a yellow card. They're just showing the previous attack there as Jota ran at the Arsenal defence. Maybe could have tried a shot, but Ben White cut out that ball. And Arsenal have managed to get a free kick. The ball played to his near side to Tomiyasu. Played out the line to Saka, played it in towards Lacazette, but Lacazette's beaten to the ball. And now Liverpool can come forward with Mane, but Lokonga's there. Plays the ball forward to Lacazette. Looked like it was going to be a foul, but it wasn't given. Now the game's starting to open up a little bit now. Oxlade-Chamberlain running at the Arsenal defence, a shot from the edge of the box. It hits Nuno Tavares, and it is going to be a corner to Liverpool. Their second corner in quick succession. They are starting to put the pressure on now. We've gone past the midway point in this first half. It is still 0-0. There hasn't really been a decent effort at goal yet for either side, but this could be an opportunity for Liverpool. Van Dijk's going to be dangerous, isn't he, from the air, in the air as he usually is from set pieces. This corner comes in again towards the near post. Ben White this time wins the header, but Liverpool pick up the second ball. And again, Arsenal can't really get out. Fabinho now, he's going to go back to Alisson. But the last 5 minutes, we've been pinned back into our own half a little bit. We've still got good defensive shape though. We're not making it easy for Liverpool at all. They find it difficult to find any gaps. And when one appears, an Arsenal player manages to get across and fill the gap, and the Arsenal defending well. Tsimikas now plays it back to Sadio Mane on this near side. Plays it into Jota, and then it goes back to Van Dijk again. Arsenal defending well without the ball. That's a ball there from Matip, played up to Alexander-Arnold over on that far side. Now it's with Van Dijk again, central just outside the centre circle. Plays it to Thiago on halfway line. Thiago now brings the ball forward for Liverpool. Plays a little ball into Mane, very central Mane as well. Plays it back to Joel Matip. The little short ball to Fabinho now. Fabinho plays it to Thiago. This is better from Liverpool now. Mane on this near side. Great tackle that was there from Thomas Partey. No, it wasn't. It was a loose ball. It was Thomas Partey. Smith Rowe there plays it back to Ramsdale. It's a loose ball there from Arsenal. A brilliant tackle that was from Thomas Partey to stop that dangerous-looking Liverpool attack with Sadio Mane. Gabriel now goes long up that far side, but it's an aimless ball really, and Van Dijk has got loads of time to bring that down and play it into the path of Fabinho. Pings it over to that far side. This is looking dangerous. This Alexander-Arnold. It's a decent cross towards the 6-yard box. It falls to the far post. Oh, Ramsdale can't get hold of it. Mane's forced it in, has he? No. It's gone wide of the post. Ramsdale there didn't hold that initial cross very well. There was a good ball over to that far side from Fabinho to Alexander-Arnold. A decent cross. The shot came in from Jota, I think it was. No, it was Thiago. Ramsdale couldn't hold it. But we did manage to scramble it away as Mane was waiting to pounce. A good first-time shot there from Thiago. Actually, it's a good save from Ramsdale at the second attempt. But corner comes in again from Liverpool. But Arsenal again have managed to deal with it. And now, can we launch a counter-attack with Aubameyang? No, we can't. The referee's blown for a free kick anyway. And there is an Arsenal player down. It's Lacazette. Arsenal living a little bit dangerously there. It was Ramsdale couldn't hold that first shot. And when it came back to Mane tried to force it home, but it was actually a good save from Ramsdale at the second attempt. The first effort there, it was a shot from Thiago straight at him, actually. It slipped out of his hands. And Mane looked as though he was going to be in. The ball lofted up. And Mane tried to dink it over Ramsdale, but he couldn't. Ramsdale was on the floor and somehow managed to claw that round the post for a corner, which Arsenal did end up scrambling away. So that was the first real threat that was from Liverpool in front of goal, the first real moment of danger for Arsenal. A couple of saves there from Ramsdale in quick succession. And you did get the feeling that Liverpool were piling on the pressure a little bit more. And that's really what they've done. And it led to that opportunity. And now they're coming forward again with Joel Matip on that far side. Plays it into midfield to Oxlade-Chamberlain, running at the Arsenal defence, but maybe does too much there. And now Arsenal can break with Smith Rowe. Aubameyang out over on that far side. Liverpool defender slips Alexander-Arnold. It's back into Aubameyang. Is he onside? Lacazette's going to score, is he? Lacazette puts it in, but I think the linesman's flag is going to rule it out. I think Aubameyang was offside. Looked as though Arsenal had got the breakthrough after half an hour. Smith Rowe out to Aubameyang. Alexander-Arnold slipped. It came back to Smith Rowe, and Aubameyang was offside, and Smith Rowe played it through to him. And Lacazette's put it in, but it's not going to count. Of course, it was Lacazette that gave Arsenal the lead last season in this fixture before Liverpool came back to win 3-1. And it was just briefly looked as though Lacazette was going to give Arsenal the lead again, but it was rightly ruled out. Aubameyang was offside. But a good attack that from Arsenal. We're winning the ball and breaking quickly. And certainly we've caused Liverpool one or two anxious moments. That was probably the most anxious of the lot, actually, that one. Lacazette did put the ball in the net, but it wasn't offside. And now Arsenal have won another free kick, a foul by Mane on Tomiyasu. And Arteta and Klopp having a few words on the touchline there, getting a little bit heated. Not quite sure what's happened there. Arteta seems to is reacting furiously to something that Klopp said. And I don't know what's happened there, but you don't often see Arteta like that. He's been pulled away by one of the coaching staff, and Klopp also as well for Liverpool. Not quite sure what's happened there. There's going to be a yellow card for Arteta by referee Michael Oliver. In fact, he might be booking both the managers for that. And he's booked Arteta and he's booked Klopp as well. And they still carry on a few words there, the two managers. The fourth official trying to separate them there. Not quite sure what that was all about, really. Tomiyasu was clearly fouled by Mane. And then Klopp and Arteta got involved in a rather heated exchange, which has led to them both getting a yellow card. So that's been the most lively moment of this game so far. Arteta losing his cool there. Not quite sure what sparked that. It was a foul by Mane on Tomiyasu. And the referee did give the free kick. I don't know whether Arteta felt maybe a yellow card was needed because Mane's committed a few fouls in his opening 35 minutes of this game. 35 minutes of this game. Liverpool now, they're trying to build an attack from the back. Joel Matip with a long ball forward looking for Salah. Tavares doesn't really do that well at this time, and Salah's managed to pinch the ball off him over on that far side. Smith Rowe now back. Almost wins the ball there, but Salah does well down that far side for Liverpool. Plays it out to Alexander-Arnold right on that touchline. Salah gets it back inside the penalty area. Tried to touch it off to Alexander-Arnold, but it was Sambi Lokonga back there for Arsenal doing well. And Arsenal get out of that tight space, but not very well now. They've given the ball away to Fabinho. It's into Oxlade-Chamberlain's feet, but Arsenal do manage to clear it this time. And he's going to go all the way back to Alisson, who's now playing as a sweeper for Liverpool. 34 minutes played at Anfield. Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. And it's heating up a bit now, the game. That little spat on the side between Arteta and Klopp has maybe ignited things here on the pitch as well. Ben White does really well there, but then he's lost out. And Sadio Mane now down this near side for Liverpool. Plays it up to Jota on the far near post. Can he get a shot in? And it comes to Salah. Good save there from Ramsdale. That's the moment of the match so far. Brilliant save from Ramsdale. Mane and Jota linked well down this near side for Liverpool. They're left. Arsenal didn't get the ball away. Lovely ball that was there from Mane into Jota. He pulled it back to Salah about 8 yards out. A good shot, actually. And Ramsdale saved the first effort and then managed to scramble the ball away as Salah was waiting to pounce for the rebound. He just scooped it away there, Ramsdale. But he wins a corner to Liverpool, which comes in again. But again, Arsenal deal with a corner really well. We've defended set pieces well so far in this game. But Liverpool still coming forward again. Tsimikas with that cross, looking for Van Dijk. But again, Arsenal head gets there. But Liverpool do pick up the loose ball. This time it's Oxlade-Chamberlain. We are 10 minutes away from half-time. It is still 0-0, but Liverpool are really starting to put the pressure on now. Gunnar Vlahovic says, just got home from work. How are we looking so far? Holding on or doing a good job? We've defended really well, actually. Liverpool had a lot of possession. And they've started to have one or two chances in the last 5 minutes. Ramsdale's made a couple of saves. We look dangerous on the counter-attack, but every time Liverpool go forward, they're causing us problems. But we are defending well. We've got good shape without the ball. But Salah now over on that far side. Gabriel biting away at him, and Arsenal do win the ball. Now, this is where we could be dangerous. Lacazette wasn't a good ball actually from Lacazette. Was looking for Tavares, and Gabriel and Salah come together there on that far touchline. It's going to be a throw to Arsenal, I think it was. But Ramsdale made a good save there actually from Salah. Good pull back there from Jota. Salah's shot there, good save from Ramsdale. And then just as the rebound was going back to Salah, Ramsdale managed to get a hand to it before Thomas Partey booted it into the stands. But Liverpool again coming forward on the edge of the box. This is a dangerous moment. Alexander-Arnold with a shot over the top. Or was it Ramsdale? Did he get a touch? Ramsdale's laughing about that there with his England teammate Alexander-Arnold. Again, it was Oxlade-Chamberlain did well actually for Liverpool. He's playing pretty well in this game. Lovely ball from Thiago. Alexander-Arnold cut inside on his left foot. Did Ramsdale touch that over the bar? If he did, that's a decent save actually. If he got a touch to it. In fact, he did get a touch to it, Ramsdale. It is a good save. It is another corner to Liverpool. They're starting to ramp the pressure up now. In towards the 6-yard box, Ramsdale comes and punches this time. Comes to Alexander-Arnold, a shot from about 35 yards. It hits an Arsenal defender, but we don't get the ball clear. It's still Liverpool now with the opportunity with a cross into the box. It comes into the balls of the 6-yard box. Gabriel with a header this time. And now Arsenal can maybe break away. It's Lacazette. We've got some runners here. So Aubameyang, can he get past Fabinho? No, he can't. Fabinho slides in, wins that tackle to stop that Arsenal counter-attack. But suddenly Arsenal looking a little bit more dangerous now. Smith Rowe plays it in to Thomas Partey. Smith Rowe again. Now Tavares, who's getting booed by the Liverpool fans for some unknown reason. But anyway, it is now Ben White plays the ball to this near side to Bukayo Saka. I don't know if it's actually Tavares they're booing. I just think they'd be booing in general. Anyway, maybe because they felt Liverpool should have had a free kick. Ben White now plays the ball over the top. Again, it was looking for Bukayo Saka. It doesn't reach him. But now Liverpool do pick the ball up, play it forward quickly as always. Sadio Mane there turns away from Tomiyasu. He's now running to Lacazette, who then gives away a free kick. Could be a dangerous moment this for Arsenal, but if they take the free kick quickly, actually Liverpool from about 5 yards further back there, maybe they could have done. Thiago plays it out to Wolves, Matip over on that far side. Matip coming forward for Liverpool. Good run there, but Aubameyang trips him. And is Aubameyang going to get a yellow card? He doesn't deserve one for that when we've seen some worse challenges go unpunished. He was late getting there, Aubameyang. But it is just a free kick to Liverpool. Over on that far side. It's another dangerous moment for Arsenal, but we have defended these set pieces well so far. 39 minutes almost played here at Anfield. It is still 0-0 and Liverpool are starting to pile the pressure on now. They've got this free kick. Is it going to be Alexander-Arnold to whip this in? We know how dangerous he is at set-piece deliveries. It's a good ball towards the far post. Header comes in and Liverpool have scored. Sadio Mane with the goal from that free kick. You have to say it had been coming. It was a free kick over on that far side. Alexander-Arnold with a delivery. Just saying how well we've been defending them. But we didn't defend that one very well at all. It was a good header from Mane from about 8 yards. Headed it back across Ramsdale and into that far corner. And Liverpool do get the lead. It was a very good set-piece delivery. Gabriel couldn't get there. And it is Mane in between Gabriel and Tomiyasu with that. It's a good header actually. Gabriel couldn't get there and he headed it back across Ramsdale, who got a hand to it but couldn't keep it out. Just going the wrong way, Ramsdale had his weight on his wrong foot. Couldn't do anything about that. And Liverpool do get the lead finally after 39 minutes. And you have to say it had probably been coming. But anyway, let's see how Arsenal react now. This is when we see a little bit more about this team. Can we respond to that goal? And we have got a throw now in the attacking third of the pitch on this near side. There's only 5 minutes to go until half time. The throw's taken quickly actually. Lacazette now plays into the penalty area. Aubameyang plays it back towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It's cleared away by Van Dijk as Smith Rowe was making one of those trademark runs to get on the end of it there and maybe slide in what would have been the equaliser. Oxlade-Chamberlain fouls Nuno Tavares in, but that was best opportunity perhaps in this first half. The throw there found Lacazette. He found Aubameyang. He played the ball just towards the edge of the 6-yard box. But also coming forward again, crossing towards the 6-yard box again. Joel Matip heads that one away. It was Tavares with that cross. Now Thomas Partey coming forward on the edge of Liverpool penalty, loses out. And now it's going to be a counter-attack from Liverpool looking for Salah over on that far side. Gabriel's there and plays it back to Aaron Ramsdale. Arsenal actually responded pretty well to going behind. That's the best chance that we've had in this first half, other than that goal that was disallowed for offside. Quite rightly so as well. And Arsenal won a free kick again on this near side. It's Saka who was fouled, as he has been on several occasions in this first half. But Liverpool now do have the lead. Oh, that was a late challenge actually from Mane on Tomiyasu first, before the second foul by Tsimikas on Saka. Mane's maybe got away with that one. He's done a few fouls in his first half, Sadio Mane, but still no yellow card. And now Liverpool looking to break forward again, but that ball looking for Salah was overhit. And Tavares plays it up that line to Smith Rowe. Tavares again plays it square to Ben White into Thomas Partey. This is a good ball to the near side to Bukayo Saka. He's got Tomiyasu going outside him, but Saka cuts inside towards the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. He tries to find Lacazette, who slipped, but the shot comes in from distance from Thomas Partey. Actually, no, it was Sambi Lokonga, sorry. And it was a save from Alisson. But Arsenal responded well to the goal, actually. You've got to say that. It was a look for Lacazette, but he slipped and it fell to Lokonga, but the shot was too straight at Alisson. But it's another effort at goal for Arsenal. There's not been many in this first half. Mane's committed another foul. And now there's some angry reactions from Gabriel and from Sambi Lokonga. And he's going to finally get a yellow card, Sadio Mane. It's been coming for the last 20 minutes or so, the number of fouls he's committed. He does seem very wound up. He's just got a goal, so I'm not quite sure why. But anyway, he has received a yellow card now, Sadio Mane. He's going to have to calm down or he'll be seeing red there. That was an unnecessary challenge that on Ben White. The ball had already gone out for a throw. So I don't quite know why he did that there. Stupid challenge. One of many that he's made in his first half, Sadio Mane. And he's having a little discussion there with Gabriel. He can't have any complaints about that yellow card. He could have received one already a bit earlier. There was a foul just a few moments ago on Tomiyasu, which went unpunished, but he has got his yellow card now, and maybe he can have to watch what he does for the remainder of this game. But Arsenal now coming forward over on that far side. Smith Rowe found by Tavares. Tavares has gone off on one of his galloping runs forward. Instead, the ball comes back to Sambi Lokonga. Now it's into Ben White inside the centre circle for Arsenal. Now Tomiyasu plays it in to Thomas Partey. Tomiyasu again finds Thomas Partey, and now plays it out to Gabriel, who's got some space in front of him. Plays it out to that far side to Nuno Tavares. Back into Sambi Lokonga. Now Tavares again pings the ball in. Oh, it was in towards Lacazette, but he just tried to push it on to Smith Rowe over on that far side, but he didn't quite get the angle right. And it's gone out for a throw to Liverpool. But this is good from Arsenal. Since the goal, we've had a lot more possession. We've looked a lot more threatening. We've had one or two little opportunities. Nothing major. That shot from Sambi Lokonga from about 20 yards that went straight at Alisson's. The only real effort at goal that we've had. But we've certainly put some more pressure on Liverpool now since the goal. We're now into the final few seconds of this first half before we move into stoppage time. There's not going to be much stoppage time, I wouldn't imagine. Maybe a minute or two. Jota wins that header there. Ben White was underneath it. But now Liverpool pick up that loose ball again. Jota there tried to backheel it towards Thiago, but Arsenal read that well. And now Ben White thinks the ball forward, looking for Aubameyang, but it only finds a Liverpool body. And now it's gone out for a goal kick to Arsenal. In fact, it is only a minute of stoppage time. Didn't think there was going to be much. There hasn't been many stoppages. And so far, it looks like it is going to end with Liverpool in front at half-time. Arsenal have given a good account of themselves in this first half, though. You have to say, maybe not offered enough of an attacking threat at the moment, but maybe that will come in the second half. We're certainly going to have to take a few more a few more risks now we're losing, but we have responded well to that goal. That's a long goal kick there from Ramsdale. The header by Aubameyang. Saka was trying to get underneath it, but again, Liverpool get there first. And Tavares now, in fact, there goes the half-time whistle 5 seconds early. And it is half-time now. Liverpool 1, Arsenal 0. It was Sadio Mane with that goal 6 or 7 minutes before half-time. It had been coming a bit before. Ramsdale had made a couple of good saves. One from Salah in particular was good. And he'd also kept out an effort from Sadio Mane. But the goal was coming. It was a free kick over on that far side from Alexander-Arnold. A good delivery, as you'd expect from the England right back. And Mane got in between Gabriel and Tomiyasu and powered a header across Ramsdale into the far corner to give Liverpool the lead, which on the balance of play, you probably could say they just about deserve. But Arsenal have defended well. We've looked compact for most of that half. And on the counter-attack, we've offered a bit of a threat as well. We did have the ball in the net, didn't we? Of course, a little bit earlier when it was still 0-0 when Smith Rowe played the ball through to Aubameyang, who was offside before squaring for Lacazette to tap home. So we have created one or two little opportunities. Sambi Lokonga had an effort from the edge of the box as well, straight at Alisson. But yeah, Liverpool probably did just shade that first half, if we're honest. But Arsenal have played well. So we've defended well. A lot of crosses into the box that Liverpool have played, and we've dealt with most of them pretty well, actually. Ramsdale's made a couple of good saves. But we are trailing at the break in a game that we really, really could do with winning, couldn't we, to go above Liverpool. But they are a great side, as we know. And they're just showing a few of these Sadio Mane fouls. They're showing the one there that caused an angry reaction by Arteta on the touchline, which led to both managers getting booked. He did lead with his arm a bit there, Sadio Mane. I think he's quite fortunate to still be on the pitch, actually. He's made 5 or 6 fouls in this game. And Klopp and Arteta there had words, and they did both get booked. And that was one of the more exciting moments of this first half. It's been an interesting game rather than an exciting game. It's had its moments, and Sadio Mane has been at the heart of most of them, actually. And Ramsdale as well has made a couple of good saves for Arsenal. But it is 1-0 to Liverpool at the break. And you have to say that, they do probably just about deserve it. I think they have just shaded that first half. The 2020 Premier League champions. And Ramsdale made it. Oh, I forgot about that save he made from Alexander-Arnold. Actually tipped that one over the bar. That was another good save, actually, from Aaron Ramsdale. And Oxlade-Chamberlain was at the heart of that move. And he's played quite well, Oxlade-Chamberlain, you have to say, for Liverpool. They're just showing a goal again now. It's a great set-piece delivery, isn't it? Alexander-Arnold puts it right on the button, really. Really good ball. Good movement from Mane. Good header back across Ramsdale. And yeah, he's maybe fortunate to be on the pitch, Mane, but he certainly took that goal well. And it's all that separates the sides at the break. And I say Liverpool probably did deserve it, but Arsenal responded well to that goal. They're just showing a chance Arsenal had here with that shot from Sambi Lokonga from about 25 yards, which was far too close to Alisson to really cause him too many problems. And then just after that, it was Aubameyang pulled the ball back towards Smith Rowe, but Liverpool managed to scramble it away. So, yeah, Arsenal probably played their best football of the half after going behind, actually. Other than that, it's been a lot of Liverpool possession and good defending generally from Arsenal. But we are losing at the break now 1-0, and we are going to have to maybe offer a little bit more of an attacking threat, aren't we, if we are going to get ourselves back into this game and keep this unbeaten run going, this impressive 10-game unbeaten run. I'm just going to briefly go and get a drink because I've got a bit of a sore throat. So I'll just play you some music and then I'll be back in about 5 minutes for hopefully a good second half for Arsenal. Hi, and welcome back. Getting ready for the second half. I had a couple of comments in there during the little break there. Mark says, "Hey, how you doing, mate? Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you." And James as well. How you doing, James? Thanks for watching. He says, "Even if it's gutted, sucker punch goal." It was a little bit. I mean, they were building up a little bit of a head of steam, though, weren't they? I think we've done okay. Yeah, I agree. I think we have done okay. Hope we'll be a bit more bolder and braver. Aubameyang has to come into it a bit more for me. Yeah, he's not really been in it too much. None of our attacking players really have been in it that much. I mean, Saka's probably been the brightest, hasn't he, of our attacking players so far. But yeah, we're going to have to be a little bit braver, aren't we, if we're going to get something from this game? We've got nothing to lose now, in a sense. We're 1-0 down. And the longer it stays like that, the more risks we're going to have to take. And that is going to leave us open to the counter-attack. Of course, we know what Arteta can be like. He's a bit risk-aversive, isn't he? And it's almost like sometimes you feel he'd rather lose 1-0 than try and push on and get the equaliser and lose 2-0. That's a little bit worrying. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we might be a little bit braver in the second half. Rajendra says there, "Hi, Richard. We now have nothing to lose except more goals. So showing good attack after the goal." No, we did. I thought we responded well to the goal, actually. I thought we looked a little bit more threatening after going behind, which was a good sign. So let's hope we can take this into the second half and really have a go at it now. You know, we're attacking at the Anfield Road, and of course the famous end of the pitch where Michael Thomas scored that goal all those years ago. So is one of these Arsenal players going to become the hero and get a goal at that same end of the pitch in this second half and maybe earn us something from this game? But we are going to have to, I totally agree with James, we are going to have to be braver in this second half, aren't we? We're going to have to really take the game a little bit more to them. We can't afford to take too many risks, of course, because we know what Liverpool can do on the counter-attack. So we've got to bear that in mind as well. We do need to keep ourselves in the game because, you know, we have suffered some bad defeats in this fixture, haven't we, in recent years? So I do think that we need to bear that in mind as well. But at some point during the second half, if it stays at 1-0, we're going to have to take a little bit more risk and get more bodies forward. Rajendra says, "Yeah, we need now 2 goals." Yeah, I mean, at the moment, I'd say let's get 1 and see where we go and when we get it. And he says, "Come on, you Gunners." Indeed, yeah. I mean, obviously, we want to win this game. It would be amazing to win, wouldn't it? But I think now, in the way that first half has gone, I think we'd all take a draw, wouldn't we? Let's be honest. And Melvin's in the chat. How you doing, Melvin? Good seeing you in the chat, mate. I hope you're doing well. He says, "Hi, Richard. Should Oba be replaced with Martinelli? He's a non-event at the moment." Yeah, he has been a non-event. And yeah, Martinelli. Do you honestly think Arteta's going to bring Martinelli on at half-time? I very much doubt it. If he brings him on at all, he'll probably bring him on with 10 minutes to go or 5. That seems to be what he's done lately. But yeah, Aubameyang's not been in the game at all. And I'm still not sure if Lacazette and Aubameyang in this system under this coach works. I don't think it does. It hasn't really worked up until now. There was a time, wasn't there, under Unai Emery, different style of play where the two could play together. It doesn't seem to work at the moment, does it, with this team, with the way that we're playing? And I'm not sure why, because they're both good players who've got a great understanding. But it's not happened for Aubameyang. It hasn't happened for us as an attacking force, really, has it? And that could be one of the reasons. So yeah, I mean, I'll be all up for it for making that change, but I just can't see Arteta doing it. Not yet. If at all, let's be honest. I don't know. I mean, Pepe's on the bench as well. He's an option, isn't he? I suppose later on. I know he's very hit and miss, but Rajendra says there, Laka looks as if he's slipping too much. Needs to check his boot. No, I noticed that actually. He did slip over a couple of times, didn't he? And Melvin says there, "Hi James, how did the Dags do?" I don't think they did very well actually, mate. I don't think they did. I'm not sure what the final score was. They were losing at one point. So yeah, I think they didn't do too well. But anyway, let's see what the second half's going to bring here at Anfield. At the moment, it is Liverpool with the lead, and Arsenal maybe have got a little bit of work to do in the second half if we're going to get something out of this game, keep our unbeaten run going, which we all want to see, don't we? And this would be a great kind of a great statement from this Arsenal team, wouldn't it? To come back from 1-0 down at half time against Liverpool and get something from the game, whether it's a point or better. So yeah, I think it's is a big second half coming up. We're going to see a little bit more about what this team's made of. But yeah, we've played well in that first half. I'm pretty satisfied. Just now in the second half, now we're behind. I want to see us carry on with a sort of performance that we showed toward right at the end of that first half after conceding a goal, when we did push ourselves into far more threatening situations. Alisson's only made one save, and that kind of sums up how we've been. Ramsdale's made 4. So, yeah, I think on the balance of that first half, Liverpool probably do just about deserve to be in front, but we've certainly played well. Rajendra says there, why was Mane not booked earlier with his bad challenges? Yeah, I was saying that. I don't know. He got away with 3 or 4, didn't he, before he got booked? The refs allow Liverpool players to foul Arsenal players. Yeah, he certainly got away with a few. There was that one on Tomiyasu, actually, just before he got booked, which was actually a really bad one. And he got away with that one. And then he did finally get booked for a ridiculous challenge on Ben White. The ball had already gone out for a throw. Absolutely ridiculous challenge. He's like, I don't know if he's been eating a raw steak or something before the game, but he's certainly got the bit between his teeth, shall we say, Mane, in that first half. And he has got the goal. Melvin says there, I thought we needed more belief with Partey influencing the game more. I mean, yeah, Liverpool have been on top in midfield, haven't they? I think Thiago and Fabinho have dominated that area of the pitch for a lot of that first half. And yeah, we need to get on top in that area of the pitch. Yeah, we need Thomas Partey to do more. We need Lokonga as well to step up a little bit more. And if we can get a grip in that in the second half, we may have a chance. We've looked reasonably bright on the counter-attack, haven't we? We haven't had too many counter-attack opportunities, but we've looked quite dangerous when we've had those opportunities. So if we can maybe get 1 or 2 more, who knows? We can maybe get ourselves a goal, and then it could be interesting then to see how the game might go. Vijendra says if that was Xhaka, it would have just been a red. Yeah, I agree with you. It probably would have been just for that first tackle alone. I mean, the second one was the one he actually got booked for. That was just a crazy challenge. There was just no need to make it, was there? Because the ball had gone out. But anyway, Liverpool are coming out for this second half. So they do lead 1-0. But we are still in this game, very much still in this game. And if we had a little bit more, I think the Melvin said their belief was that a word that Melvin used there, a bit more belief. Yeah, I think if we do play a little bit more belief, we can possibly get something from this game. And that's maybe what's needed. But anyway, Arsenal are coming out now for the second half. Arteta's just been speaking to his 2 fullbacks there, actually, interestingly, in the tunnel there. I wonder what he was saying. Are they going to push a little bit further forward in the second half? Maybe. But anyway, the teams are now out onto the pitch for this second half. Ramsdale is getting applauded by the cop as he runs into that goal. Good touch there from the Liverpool fans, appreciating what Ramsdale's done, not only for Arsenal, but for England as well. But let's hope he has another good second half. Hopefully he's not too busy in the second half, but hopefully what he does, he'll do well. And we don't concede any more goals. And we can get 1 or 2 in the second half of our own. Rob Holding sitting on the bench there. His hair's growing back pretty well, isn't it? He's done well. So Arsenal are going to get the second half underway, attacking the goal to our left, which is the Anfield Road end, the end of the ground where the Arsenal fans are in that bottom left-hand corner. And straight away we go back to Ramsdale, who launches a long ball high into Liverpool half over on that far side. Tomiyasu was challenging for it, and Arsenal do win a throw, which Tomiyasu is going to take. Let's start this second half a little bit more brightly. Let's push on and try and put Liverpool under a little bit more pressure. Van Dijk there with a clearance over on that far side, but it bounces out for a throw to Arsenal. We've started the second half quite brightly, I suppose, without really doing an awful lot at the moment, but we've only played 30 seconds. But it is a throw on that far side. Tomiyasu is going to take it. Throws it up the line. Looking for Saka, but it's rolled out of play. It's going to be a throw to Liverpool this time, which Tsimikas is going to take. So we haven't really got, there's been no real action yet in this second half. A couple of throws over on that far side to Arsenal. Now Liverpool have got one of their own, which Tsimikas takes, throws it up the line. Arsenal pick it up in midfield with Smith Rowe, pings the ball through. Over on that far side, there's going to be an opportunity. Van Dijk slides across, makes the challenge inside the penalty area, Van Dijk. as you expect him to do. That was better from Arsenal. Smith Rowe picks up the ball in a dangerous area, tried to play it through towards Aubameyang, but Van Dijk wanted that more and got there first, and it has gone out for a throw to Arsenal. Lovely ball that from Smith Rowe. We need to get him on the ball more as well, don't we, in the second half, if we are going to find a way back into this game. But Arsenal have just been offside there, over on that far side. I think it might have been Tomiyasu who was going forward there, having taken that throw. But this has been a decent start to the second half from Arsenal. We've pinned Liverpool back a little bit, and there was almost an opportunity there for Aubameyang, but Van Dijk read it well and managed to get the tackle in. So let's see if Arsenal can get an equaliser in this second half. We certainly started on the front foot, which is good to see. Liverpool have hardly had any possession at all in the opening 2.5 minutes of this second half. Van Dijk, though, does there, plays a long ball forward again. That was Ben White underneath that one, and now Thomas Partey plays it back to Gabriel, and he puts a long clearance up this near side. He was looking for the runner Smith Rowe, but it's gone out for a throw to Liverpool. And Matip throws it back to Alisson, just on the edge of the Liverpool penalty area, gets it back to Matip. He plays a long ball into the centre circle, looking for Jota, who tried to play it on to Salah, who's been pretty quiet in this game so far, Mo Salah. It's probably a dangerous thing to say, because as soon as you say Mo Salah's been quiet, he's going to pop up and do something incredible. But so far, he's not really done a lot. But Arsenal played it out from the back, a bit risky there, but we've got away with it. But we haven't there. We're just giving the ball away. I think it was Thomas Partey. Alexander-Arnold tried to play across in good defending from Gabriel. Smith Rowe can take the ball out up the pitch. Sloppy play that was from Thomas Partey, actually. Arsenal playing it out from the back. Doesn't matter what personnel we have in the team, it still seems we can't manage to pull that move off with particular efficiency. And it was Thomas Partey that time who gave the ball away to Alexander-Arnold, but luckily Gabriel's come back across and managed to block the cross. And that throw there from Arsenal was wasted there. Tavares threw it to Samuel Lokonga, who just kicked it straight back out for a throw to Liverpool. He took ages to take that throw, Tavares, and then we just did that with it. Anyway, Liverpool now got possession with Van Dijk. Lacazette forces him back to Alisson. Of course, Liverpool aren't going to be too bothered if they keep the possession in their own final third of the pitch. We're not being put under too much pressure. But they are coming forward now over on that far side. Ball into Oxlade-Chamberlain, tries to lay it off, but it's a poor ball, actually. Aubameyang picks it up. Samuel Lokonga, but that's a poor ball. And again, Liverpool now have got a run on goal. It's Oxlade-Chamberlain with a shot. Oh, he's put it wide. Let off that was for Arsenal there. Luckily, it fell to Oxlade-Chamberlain and not somebody better. Poor play that was from Arsenal. Aubameyang laid it off to Partey. He played it to Samuel Lokonga. That was a poor ball. Oxlade-Chamberlain ran onto it inside the penalty area, but put it wide of that post. It actually did bobble just in front of him, actually. But we're not going to excuse him. It was a poor finish past that far post. But Liverpool coming forward again, putting Arsenal under pressure. We're trying to play it out from the back. Oxlade-Chamberlain, Alexander-Arnold into Salah. Oh, but Ramsdale's done well on the edge of the 6-yard box. Salah's shot was deflected. Looked like it was going to fall to Mane, but Ramsdale did well, actually. But Arsenal creating their own problems. Alexander-Arnold into Salah. Good block, actually, from Gabriel, and Ramsdale was able to smother the ball. This time we go long, actually. It's a long kick from Ramsdale, was probably a better option. But again, we've lost the ball again. Now it's Mo Salah on the edge of the Arsenal penalty area. Good tackle back from Thomas Partey there. Salah's trying to cut back inside, trying to get it onto his left foot, but it was well recovered by Thomas Partey. Arsenal now coming forward down the far side themselves. Oh, that ball to Aubameyang actually hit his heels rather than running in front of him. And in fact, he was offside anyway. And it's going to be a free kick, to Liverpool. And Melvin said he wanted to see more from Aubameyang, and yes, we do need to see more from Aubameyang. And he was offside there. And Matip plays that free kick back to Alisson, and now Liverpool are trying to build an attack of their own from their own defensive third. Mane then plays the ball out to Tsimikas over on that far side. Can he get a crossing for Liverpool? He finds Mane instead, the goal scorer of the only goal so far in this game. A good header it was from Sadio Mane, but cross comes in towards this near side. Alexander-Arnold there. He's got Tavares for company. Tavares does well, really well actually. Tavares, he's now won the ball and streaming forward with it. Oh, he's giving it away though, but poor ball. And Jota in the penalty area. This is going to be 2-0. It is 2-0. Tavares it was. It looked like he had done well actually initially against Trent Alexander-Arnold, but a poor ball straight to Diogo Jota inside the penalty area. He showed good feet, rounded Ramsdale and slotted it in. That's a poor mistake actually after initially doing really well. He needed to maybe pass the ball sooner. He ran into a little bit of trouble and then a terrible pass to Jota. Ben White dived in, made it easy for the former Wolves man there. Slid in and then there was only ever going to be one outcome after that. Well taken goal, but I say Ben White and Tavares there between them made it rather easy there for Jota. And that was not the start to the second half that Arsenal needed. We needed to keep it at 1-0, didn't we? Keep ourselves in the game, and we just gifted them a really, really poor goal. And it is 2-0 now to Liverpool. And Arsenal making a substitution. Actually, Sambi Lokonga is coming off, and it's Maitland-Niles coming on. Sambi Lokonga to give the ball away a couple of times at the start of that second half. Whether that's behind the substitution or whether there's more to it, whether there's an injury or something, I'm not sure. But Maitland-Niles has come on for Lokonga. And Arsenal now have got a lot of work to do. But let's remember that Liverpool were 2-0 up in their last home game against Brighton, and Brighton came back to draw 2-2. So let's not give up hope just yet. But it is going to take an almighty effort from Arsenal to come back into this game now. We need to find a goal from somewhere just to give us something to cling on to if we can. We haven't scored a goal in the second half away from home in the Premier League this season so far, actually. So the signs are not good. But all these type of runs do come to an end at some point. Let's hope that we can find a goal in the second half and we'll hopefully find at least 2 now. Otherwise, the unbeaten run will be coming to an end after 10 games. And that ball does run through to Aaron Ramsdale ahead of Mane. He throws it out to Tavares. That's a better ball forward this time and towards Aubameyang. But again, Arsenal just hitting a hopeful ball forward to no one in particular. It's gone out for a throw to Liverpool. Liverpool fans are enjoying themselves at the moment at 2-0 up. But they probably felt the same against Brighton a few weeks ago. And we know what happened after that. So let's cling on to that little bit of hope now. Tavares again does well defensively. And he's won a free kick. Klopp wasn't happy about that. Not quite sure why, but it was clearly a free kick from Mo Salah. Arsenal taking that free kick quickly now. Ben White put under pressure from Mane. Maitland-Niles pings the ball out to that far side to Tomiyasu, but he's lost the ball again. This is poor mistakes from Arsenal. If it's another goal, it will be of our own making. That was a good block actually from Ben White that time. Tomiyasu gave the ball away to Thiago, I think it was. And it was almost a third goal. Or was it Tsimikas? Tomiyasu there a little bit too casual. He was caught in possession. And it was Ben White with the defending there. Good defending from Ben White. That was much better from him. But again, Arsenal giving away too many simple chances. Now Smith Rowe, can Arsenal get a goal back? Would completely change the complexion of this game. Saka now on that far side, just inside the penalty area. Can't get a cross in. He needs a bit of help from Tomiyasu. Can Tomiyasu get a cross in? He finds Saka again. It needs to go in quickly. It's a good delivery from Saka. Head comes in at the far post, but it was Tavares and Aubameyang got in each other's way, actually. And Liverpool do get the ball clear, but this is a bit better from Arsenal now. That cross needed to come in, and it did from Saka. A good ball. Very similar. It was a similar headed position to where Mane scored the first goal. That was Tavares and Aubameyang. But they did kind of get in each other's way a little bit. And the chance has gone begging. 11 minutes played in this second half. It is Liverpool 2, Arsenal 0. But a goal back for Arsenal in these next 10 or 15 minutes could change the complexion of this game. which has been running away from Arsenal at the start of the second half. Another opportunity for Liverpool. You know, Ben White does well. Salah there tries to win the ball, but good play from Maitland-Niles. And now Arsenal coming forward again. Again, Tavares runs into trouble, trying to come forward with the ball. And now Salah, Maitland-Niles has come across well, but Salah twists and turns inside the penalty, and Maitland-Niles does well, wins the tackle. But still Liverpool keep the pressure up. Alexander-Arnold shot, strikes Thomas Partey. Saka's back there trying to help out his defence, but the ball's in the penalty area. Shot comes in. It's a save from Ramsdale and a second save from Ramsdale as Salah was about to tap home. The linesman kept his flag down. In fact, he's raised it now. I think it wouldn't have counted anyway. But again, Ramsdale has produced a great save. The shot from Alexander-Arnold, the first one hit Thomas Partey. Arsenal couldn't clear the ball at all. In fact, the first one was offside from Mane. Good save from Ramsdale, and he did react quickly to stop Mo Salah scoring, but it wouldn't have counted anyway. But it was a decent save from Ramsdale, and he recovered quickly to stop Mo Salah scoring. But it's all Liverpool now. Arsenal are very ragged. Smith Rowe now, can Arsenal find a goal? And that could change everything. Smith Rowe now, he's got nowhere to go. He goes back to Maitland-Niles, and again Liverpool winning the ball back high out the pitch. Is now Mo Salah, plays it into the box to Jota. Is he going to get a second goal? It's scrambling around inside the penalty area. Ramsdale made a good save. Jota and Ramsdale are both down injured inside the 6-yard box. Brave goalkeeping that was from Ramsdale, but again Liverpool just ripping through us without too much resistance. Again, we give the ball away. This was Maitland-Niles this time. It was a quick counter-attack from Liverpool. Salah played it into Jota. That first touch just got away from him a little bit, gave Ramsdale the opportunity to come out. It was a good save, actually. Oxlade-Chamberlain again was at the heart of that break. Jota had a right to go for that ball, and Ramsdale has felt the full force of that, actually, as he came out to the edge of his 6-yard box. Ramsdale. Both players are now injured inside the 6-yard box, but Arsenal do manage to scramble that away. Both players are now getting treatment. Brave goalkeeping that was from Ramsdale. I say probably had a right to go for that ball, but it was a decent save again from Ramsdale, who's once again been our best player, hasn't he, Aaron Ramsdale, which is not always a good sign when your goalkeeper's having to play so well every week. And Liverpool there were ripped through us at the start of the second half on 3 or 4 occasions. We've made some bad decisions with some of our passing, but also Liverpool have just closed us down a lot quicker. Looks like it might be a clash of knees between the two players there. They're just showing a goal again, a terrible ball from Tavares, but it was good finishing from Jota. Although Ben White should have stood on his feet. He dived in, made it very easy for the Liverpool striker to score again against Arsenal. He scored every season he's played. Every game he's played against us, hasn't he? I think since he's joined Liverpool, and he didn't have a bad record for Wolves against us either, did he? So clearly, Arsenal one of his favourite opponents, but we did rather gift him that goal. He's back on his feet again, Jota, the Portuguese, and he's just receiving some treatment on his knee, but he's hobbling about. Ramsdale's back up as well, thankfully. The last thing we need right now is an injury to Ramsdale, who's been, as I say, probably our best player for the past few weeks, for the last few games. But he's just hobbling off the pitch just behind the goal in front of the cop. He's still in a lot of pain, Aaron Ramsdale. And the physio is on the microphone to the bench. But Ramsdale is for now going to continue. He's not moving particularly freely at all. It is a free kick, which he's going to take just on the edge of that 6-yard box. It would be worrying, wouldn't it, to see Aaron Ramsdale going off with an injury. We've got some difficult games coming up in the next few weeks. The last thing we need is to be without our new number one goalkeeper. He's took that free kick long, deep into the Liverpool half. The header from Aubameyang goes more up than forward, and Liverpool do manage to deal with it, but they've given the ball away this time. Maitland-Niles with a sloppy pass. Oxlade-Chamberlain now dinks the ball over to this near side towards Trent Alexander-Arnold, but Tavares comes across and again doesn't really cover himself in glory, but now he's gone on a forward run. Thomas Partey now in the centre circle, plays it out to the far side to Tomiyasu, but that's a loose pass. But Saka does keep it in. Thomas Partey again in that middle of midfield, but again Arsenal lose the ball. Liverpool's press has caught us out again. Ben White comes across there and kicks it out for a throw to Arsenal. We're really under pressure now. We're struggling to keep ourselves in this game. The first half was good. The second half hasn't been very good at all. Liverpool have pressed us a lot higher up the pitch. Maybe Klopp, that was a message from Klopp at half-time maybe. They didn't really do that as much in the first half, did they, Liverpool? But they certainly have done at the start of the second half, and it's caused us a lot of issues and a lot of problems, some of which we've kind of created for ourselves. Oxlade-Chamberlain there tries to get past Maitland-Niles, but it is going to be a free kick to Liverpool for a foul a bit earlier on in that move. It is Liverpool 2, Arsenal 0, and this game has certainly been slipping away from us in the second half, but we do pick the ball up there that we know it's a handball against Bukayo Saka. It's going to be another free kick to Liverpool. We've played 62 minutes at Anfield, and Arsenal do need to find a goal from somewhere if we're going to try and increase our unbeaten run to 11 games. It's not looking very likely, as to be said. We haven't tested Alisson at all in the second half. We barely tested him in the first half, despite playing pretty well out of possession. But we need to offer a lot more of a threat. And so far, it's just comfortable for Liverpool. And they are in possession again over on that far side. Fabinho now in midfield plays it back to Virgil van Dijk. Look for about pinging a long ball, instead goes square to Joel Matip. Strides forward now. Alexander-Arnold plays it back to Van Dijk, midway inside the Liverpool half. He plays a short ball to Thiago, comes forward Thiago. Nice play with Mane. Gone over on that far side now. Kind of cross coming from Tsimikas. It does to the edge of the 6-yard box. Tavares misses it. He's had a shaky last 10 minutes or so. Oxlade-Chamberlain with a cross this time from the near side. Tomiyasu wins that header over on the far post, which he had to do. The ball chipped in towards the 6-yard box there, but it's comfortable for Ramsdale, that one. It was Fabinho with the ball and Ramsdale with the save. Well, it wasn't really a save. He just managed to grab the ball. Arsenal again trying to play it out from the back. And again, not looking particularly comfortable. Gabriel now with the ball. Plays it back to Ramsdale. And he's moving, gesturing for the team to get up the pitch. But again, he plays it short to Gabriel and then gets it back. Liverpool now start a press. It's into Thomas Partey to make the nose. This is good from Arsenal, actually. Smith Rowe. We've managed to play that press pretty well. Not a great ball from Smith Rowe behind Tavares. And he's forced back to Gabriel. We briefly got out, and now we've been forced back again. But we do keep possession. Tomiyasu now over on that far side. That's a good ball to Lacazette. He's got it in towards Aubameyang. Is this going to be the moment? A good save from Alisson with his legs. That was the chance there for Aubameyang. Lovely ball from Saka, I think it was, over on that far. And Lacazette's over on that far side. Put Lacazette in. He got in between the wrong side of Liverpool defence. A good opportunity that was, but a decent save that was from Alisson. It was good play from Arsenal. Lacazette with the ball in between the two Liverpool defenders. A good first touch from Aubameyang. He tried to go across the goalkeeper. Didn't really get hold of that shot, actually, but had it beaten Alisson's outstretched leg, it would have rolled into that far corner. It's a good save, actually. Now, Thomas Partey, this is better from Arsenal now, looking a little bit more threatening. Thomas Partey dinks the ball to this near side to Tavares. A better touch from Tavares. Can he get a cross in? It's a good cross towards the far post. It's a head out by Tsimikas, and it's gone out for a throw to Arsenal in the attacking third of the pitch. That's a better couple of minutes out from Arsenal. Good opportunity that for Aubameyang. He perhaps really needed to take that if we're gonna find a way back into this game, but he wasn't able to. A throw to Arsenal, but it's headed away by a Liverpool defender, and now Van Dijk can complete the clearance, but again it's gone out for a throw to Arsenal. Can we find a goal? Is it going to be another substitution for Arsenal? Lacazette's going off, and it's going to be Ødegaard coming on. Lacazette's going off over on that far side, and Martin Ødegaard's coming on. Slightly different shape maybe now for Arsenal as we chase this game. haven't seen much of Odegaard, have we, in recent weeks? But he's getting 25 minutes or so in this game now to try to help us turn this around if we can. Thomas Partey now plays it square to Tavares. He's got Smith Rowe outside him. That's a good ball. Smith Rowe now. He's got Alexander-Arnold in front of him. Instead, he goes back to Tavares again. Now he gets it back, Smith Rowe. Again, Liverpool working hard out of possession. Mistake there again. We've given the ball away to Sadio Mane. He tried to find Mo Salah, but Tavares got back. That was better from Tavares. It looks like he's recovered from that bad mistake for the second goal. It was actually his ball again. That actually was a poor ball. Gave it away to Mane, but he held off Mo Salah. Tavares again put under pressure by Oxlade-Chamberlain, but Arsenal do have a goal kick. Shane's in the chat. How are you doing, Shane? Thanks for tuning in, mate. He says, Uber is a bottler. What do you think we need to add to the squad? Well, we need to add players who've got more, who can offer more of a goal threat, whether that's in assists and goals. We need a striker. I don't have any doubt about that. Or he needs to start playing Martinelli a little bit more. And we need a bit more creativity in midfield. Or is it really the creative? Obviously, we've got some creative players, haven't we? Smith Rowe, we've got Odegaard, we've got Saka. Now Salah's got a bit of space down this near side. Is this going to finish us off? Salah plays it across to the far post. Is it a goal? Oh, great save again from Ramsdale. He's keeping us in this game. It's a tale of our season. It was Jota with a shot there. Salah played it across to him. Jota at the far post. And Ramsdale has managed to keep it out again. Tavares shut the ball down high up the pitch, didn't get there. So Salah had a little bit of space for the first time. A good ball. What a great save from Ramsdale that was. He was going the other way. And somehow he managed to push his arm out. And that save there is as good as any you've seen this season, actually. He was going the wrong way, Ramsdale. He really is a one-man defence, isn't he? A corner comes in from Liverpool. We do manage to get that one away with Tomiyasu. But this second half has not been good at all. I mean, Shane says, what do we need to add to the squad? It's difficult to know, isn't it? We definitely need a striker, without a shadow of a doubt. I'm still not convinced it's necessarily just the players that need to change. But anyway, and that's not just based on this game. I've been saying this for a long time. I just think we're far too negative in our approach to games. And even when we go behind, we don't tend to change it too much, do we? In fact, he's took off a goal scorer in Lacazette and brought on Odegaard when we're 2-0 down. But anyway, let's see if this change of shape does make a difference. It hasn't so far. We've been very, very sloppy in possession, very ragged. Salah now, lovely touch actually. How he kept that in. Mo Salah now running at Gabriel down this near side. Salah's inside the penalty area. Is he going to fall down? He does fall down. He falls down again, and the referee tells him to get up. It wasn't a foul. He was looking to go down as soon as he got into the penalty area. Smith Rowe showed good feet there, and then he was fouled by Fabinho. Salah is still complaining that should have been a penalty. It's a yellow card to Fabinho for that foul on Smith Rowe. Maybe he should be booking Salah for diving as well, but he's not going to. And it is Fabinho that goes into the book. But as soon as he got into the penalty area, Salah, he wanted to go down. Gabriel was just far too strong for him. Salah's thrown himself to the floor. That should be a yellow card for diving. He's done it a lot of times, Mo Salah. And Fabinho's got himself a yellow card for that foul on Smith Rowe on his near touchline. We've got 20 minutes to play. It's going to be a big 20 minutes for Arsenal to try to find a way back into this game. But there's an offside flag up there against Martin Odegaard over on that far side. Pretty much his first involvement in this game is to put himself in an offside position when he received that ball. And Liverpool got a free kick. Regenda says Mane seeing gaps in our back defence and is raiding us well. Yeah, every time we lose the ball, Liverpool are just getting it forward and look dangerous. Another great touch from Mo Salah. He is an incredible player, isn't he? You've got to admire the ability of this guy. That's twice now. His touch has been fantastic. Tavares done well actually to get back at him, but look at that touch. It's incredible. He's not really had much influence in this game, Mo Salah, actually, but he does little things like that, and you just realise what a great player he is. Fabinho then in midfield was shut down by Aubameyang, but he wins the ball. Now Salah again. This time he's got a chance to run at the Arsenal defence inside the penalty area. Mo Salah, and he ran straight into Maitland-Niles and Gabriel. Again, he gets into the penalty area, and you're just waiting for him to fall down. That time, he just ran into the Arsenal wall there of Maitland-Niles and Gabriel, and Ramsdale came and got the ball. Now Arsenal trying to play it out from the back again. Tavares, this is what cost us that second goal. Tavares plays it back to Ramsdale. That's a poor ball, actually, back to Ramsdale, who does well. Plays it out to that far side. And now maybe Arsenal can get an attack going with Martin Ødegaard. That's a good ball up the line. Is he onside? No, he's not. The flag's gone up. Bukayo Saka went too early. And it is going to be a free kick to Liverpool. Time is now very much against us. 72.5 minutes played at Anfield. Liverpool 2, Arsenal 0. After a good first half performance from Arsenal, although we were 1-0 down, the second half has not been anywhere near as effective from Arsenal. We've given the ball away too sloppily. We've fell for the Liverpool press, and we have conceded another really soft goal. It could be an opportunity here. Mane's in behind. Is he going to square it to Salah to score? It's deflected, and Salah taps it in. It is 3-0. Arsenal are suffering another heavy defeat at Anfield, and Liverpool have running away with this game now. Surely that seals the points. It was a counter-attack there. It was Mane got in behind Tomiyasu, and although the cross didn't initially reach Salah, it did squeeze through to him, and Salah has got his goal, as you would imagine he would. That came from the goalkeeper there. It was flicked on. Arsenal defence was all over the place. Ben White was caught out there by Mane. Actually, we just crossed it straight across, didn't he? He just played it straight across to Mo Salah. Ben White got caught the wrong side there. He wasn't going to catch Mane, and a simple goal for Liverpool. It is 3-0, and that does wrap it up. Another 3 goals conceded at Anfield for Arsenal, and there's still time for them to get more, and you wouldn't be surprised if they did. But Arsenal now trying to look for a consolation, maybe. Tavares, Smith Rowe. After that pretty good first half, the second half has been really, really poor this from Arsenal. Smith Rowe now finds Tavares on this near side. Does well, Tavares this time. Finds Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey does well. Tries a shot from the edge of the box. A good save from Alisson, actually. Almost an instant response that was from Arsenal. Good feet from Thomas Partey on the edge of the box. It was a decent shot, actually. Instead of going over the top of the stand, that was going in the top corner. Good save from Alisson. Pushed it over. And Arsenal do have a corner. We've not had too many in this game. In fact, this is our first corner. Just haven't had too many. Saka's going to take it over on that far side. Are we going to score? Are we going to pull one back now? And who knows? We could be in for an exciting finale. Saka's corner, but it's headed out by Matip. I think it was a ball lofted back in towards the penalty area for Aubameyang, but again, he's offside. Very disappointing again from Aubameyang this. But Mo Salah's got his goal. And it is now 3-0 to Liverpool. And you have to say it hasn't been a good second half. Jota is now going off. I think it's that injury he suffered earlier. And it's going to be Minamino, who did a cool score against us in the Community Shield a year and a bit ago, wasn't it? Jota did score the second goal that was rather gifted to him, but he did take it well. Has now departed, and it is Minamino who's come on for Liverpool. Shane in the chat there says, should Laka be given a new contract? And are we missing Xhaka? I think we need to be more vocal. A lot of mistakes made and no telling off from experienced players. Yeah, we do lack experience, don't we? Oxlade-Chamberlain just gone off, actually, and Henderson's come on for Liverpool. Oxlade-Chamberlain did well in that game, it has to be said. he played well. We lack experienced heads, don't we? That's the problem. And yes, I think we do miss Xhaka. I think even though we've been on a good run without him, I do think we have missed him. And we've certainly missed him when things aren't going well. And I've always said this, that, when you're winning games and you've got a young team, it's quite easy. But when you're not winning games and you've got a young team, you need your more experienced heads to come in and help. And we haven't had that today. You can see this game's run away from us because we're lacking leads. It could be 4-0 now. Mane again, who's caused us so many problems. There was space there for Minamino. Instead, he's found Salah inside the box. Salah, Trent on the outs, overlap. It is 4-0. It's Minamino who's just come on. Gets a tap in. And again, Liverpool are far too good for us. Far, far too good for us. We have just completely fell to pieces in this second half. And Minamino, that's probably his first touch, actually. And that's an impact substitute there for Liverpool. We've conceded another 4 goals at Anfield. Mane was at the heart of that move. He found Salah, good overlap from Alexander-Arnold. And Arsenal's defence was nowhere. Tomiyasu was all over the place. And it's a tap-in for the substitute. It's good play from Liverpool there. Quick movement, quick passing. We just can't live with it. We haven't been able to live with it in the second half. And it's 4-0, and it's an assist, another assist for Trent Alexander-Arnold. And a simple finish. Ramsdale's played really well. He certainly doesn't deserve to be on the end of a 4-0 scoreline, but he is. And Liverpool have been far more clinical in the second half than they were in the first half. They've upped the tempo, and we just haven't been able to cope. We've played into their hands by trying to play the ball out from the back, giving it away far too easily. And we're being punished. And the Truth Sets Freeze back. How you doing, mate? Thanks for tuning in. He's a Tottenham fan, as you can see. And he says there, Uber is a bottler now. Can't believe I'm hearing this. Well, I mean, he bottled that chance, didn't he? A good opportunity that was to get the equaliser earlier in the second half. And he didn't take it. And he doesn't tend to score very often in these big games in the Premier League, does he, away from home? This is becoming embarrassing now for Arsenal. This young team are being taught a lesson. We lost 5-0 against Manchester City with a different Arsenal team. And everybody said this new team were different. Are they? Yes, Liverpool are a good team. There's no doubt about that. But they haven't really been playing that well, have they? But they've played well today, but we've made it easy for them again. This soft touch that we are still... It's still there, isn't it? We are still a soft touch away from home with whoever, whatever players are in the team. It's the same end result, isn't it? We played okay in the first half. We looked pretty good out of possession, but Liverpool have upped the tempo in the second half and they've just absolutely ripped us to pieces. Absolutely ripped us to pieces. Liverpool looking for more goals. So Arsenal now's goal difference this season is -4 after 12 games now. And there was me thinking we had a chance of getting in the top 4 this season. That was rather silly, wasn't it? Anyway, Saka now going forward on that far side. He's got Tomiyasu outside him. That's a terrible cross. And it's going to run all the way out for a throw on this near side. We're coming up to the last 10 minutes. The Truth Sets Free says there, Man United 4-1 at Watford. Yeah, Ollie's on his last legs, isn't he? And Truth Sets Free says that's greedy of Liverpool. It is a little bit greedy of Liverpool, isn't it? But anyway, Alexander-Arnold now's got taking his throw for Liverpool on this near side. Now Arsenal picked up the ball. Rajendra says there, our confidence is taking a knock and their passing is very accurate. Yeah, we've made it far too easy for them. I think Liverpool have stepped up their tempo in the second half and just blown us away. It was almost like they were maybe toying with us in that first half. And now in the second half, they've just literally just stepped it on and we've not been able to cope. And how many times have we seen this at Anfield over the years? You see other teams come here. Brighton in their last home game, showed a lot more ideas and attacking intent than we have. We might get a goal here, will we? Smith Rowe tried to force the ball through, but again, Liverpool's quick passing. They've got another break here. They could end up getting another goal with Mane, who's been a tormentor for much of this game. Sadio Mane. Mo Salah now on his near side. Tavares does hold him up. It's gone out. Is it going to be a corner? It's a goal kick. Tavares knew it was a goal kick, and he was right. And it's going to be Ramsdale to take this again. Arsenal looking as though they're going to go short with it. We've played 81 minutes. It is Liverpool 4, Arsenal 0. As you can see on the screen, it has been a very, very poor second half from Arsenal following a not bad first half performance. It was only 1-0 at half time, remember. That's a long goal kick again from Ramsdale, but it's the Liverpool head that gets there first. Henderson there plays the ball forward. It wasn't a good ball actually, but Mane's picked it up. And now Liverpool again in possession. Henderson again inside the centre circle for Liverpool. Recently came on as a substitute in this game, along with Minamino, of course, scored that fourth goal. Van Dijk with a simple ball forward for Liverpool, and they are just toying with us now. This game has been over as a contest for a very long time. And I say we've just been absolutely swatted aside in this second half. Far, far too easily again. I think all of us, nobody was really expecting we could come to Anfield and win. But I think we were all hoping and expecting maybe that we'd put up a better fight than we have done in recent years, and that we'd give Liverpool a battle. And for a while we did. Saka's offside again. And for a while we did. But ultimately, once again, we've fallen to pieces. And we're making another substitution now. Thomas Partey's going off. And Mohamed El Neni is coming on. I believe it's been agreed that he's leaving the club in January, but he's going to come up for these final few minutes at Anfield with his obviously played up against his Egyptian teammate Mo Salah, and Liverpool bringing on a very, very young substitute as well. Not quite sure who it is yet. Very young player. He looks about 15 years old. And he's going to come on his debut. Klopp's giving him a hug. It's Thiago going off. Had a great game for Liverpool. Thiago. It's Morton, number 80. Is he one of the highest numbered players to play in the Premier League? I'm not sure. But anyway, he is coming on. This young lad, Morton. I say he looks like he'll have to be going back to school on Monday. But anyway, he's coming on at Anfield. A great moment for him. For these final 7-8 minutes of this game that remain. And the Liverpool cop now is singing the famous Liverpool song as they come forward again on his near side with Mo Salah. And they are just toying with us now, Liverpool. Trent Alexander-Arnold just pings the ball back, gets it back again, and now Matip. Van Dijk comes to this near side to Jordan Henderson. And now it's Salah again. Little back heel there. All the tricks are coming out now. Trent Alexander-Arnold pings the ball in. Cross there from Minamino, looking for Sadio Mane, whose goal, of course, started this route in the first half. Smith Rowe now plays it out to Tomiyasu on this far side. Are Arsenal going to be able to get a consolation goal at least? We've only really had 1-2 shots on target, is it? And that's all we've managed to muster. There's a comment there from the Truth Sets Free. So if this was a Spurs channel and someone had your talent, there would be thousands of people here. Arsenal fans, you have lost the plot. Well, that's a nice comment to make, but I think if this was a Tottenham channel, there's not that many Tottenham channels, is there? Maybe there's hundreds of Arsenal channels. That's the problem. But anyway, I do appreciate your support, and it's good to have you back again in the. It's good to have you back in the chat again. Becoming a bit of a regular lately, which is nice to see. So I do appreciate the support, even if it's from the wrong side of North London. We'll forgive you. I did say we'll convert you to an Arsenal fan, but probably not if they keep playing like this. Saka now finds Ødegaard, Maitland-Niles. It kind of went up, fell to bits when he came on. Not that it was really his fault, I don't think particularly, but anyway. Tavares now on his near side for Arsenal. El Neni just come on for Arsenal, pings the ball to Smith Rowe, and he plays it back to Gabriel. Nice, comfortable possession from Arsenal, which will help the possession stats, but not much else. Smith Rowe now looking to get in behind. That ball just ran away from him. It's going to be another goal kick to Liverpool. Smith Rowe and Saka have again worked really hard in this game, and they again have probably been our best two outfield players actually. We're losing 4-0 and Ramsdale's our man of the match. Kind of tells you what you need to know about this game really. And the 263 says Spurs fans will be knocking on your door to convert you. Well, we are still above Tottenham in the league actually, so maybe even though we're clearly not very good, we are still above Tottenham, so long may that continue. Although if we keep playing like this for much longer, it won't be much longer, will it? We'll see how Tottenham do get on under Conte. It is going to be interesting to see how that works out. There's been a lot of managers at Tottenham recently that haven't managed to spark them to life. Is Conte going to be the man? We shall see. Arsenal now coming forward themselves, looking for a goal, which would be only a mere consolation now, of course. Gabriel plays it to this near side to Tavares. Oh, he's giving it away again. Tavares, his confidence looks to have been shot actually after that mistake for the second goal. And Liverpool now, Fabinho, he's played well for Liverpool as well. It's in midfield when they've won this game, certainly in the second half. And it is not going too well. Saka just give away a free kick there. A little bit of frustration maybe. And that was a foul on Tsimikas, who's been keeping Robertson out the side a bit lately, hasn't he? He's played well today as well. I mean, there hasn't been a poor performance from a Liverpool player, really, has there? Ah, dear. Anyway, here's a throw to Liverpool now, which Mo Salah's going to take on his near side, as he knows he isn't. He's going to leave it to Trent Alexander-Arnold. 2 assists for him today. He's the assist king, isn't he, of the Premier League. He's taking his time, taking his throw, actually, and then he just goes short to Minamino, and Liverpool again just keeping possession. We are now into the final minute of the 90. There'll probably be 3 or 4 to be added on. Actually, maybe a bit longer because there was injuries to Jota and Ramsdale, so maybe 4 or 5 minutes perhaps. And obviously a bunch of substitutions as well. Salah then tries to flick the ball on to Jordan Henderson. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Salah now again for Liverpool. They're just knocking the ball around. They're just messing around with us now, aren't they? We'll see how much stoppage time there is. It probably won't be that much. I would say maybe 4 or 5. Maybe we'll see. Anyway, the ball's over on that far side. Liverpool looking for a 5th goal. And if they were to get one, I'm not sure when the last season was that we lost 5-0 twice in the same season in the Premier League. Maybe we've never done it before. I will check if they do get another goal in the little time that remains. And the Truth Sets Free says, yeah, sorry, you have to report this game. Well, you know, games are what they are. We can't win every game, and we certainly nowhere near that point now. There's only going to be 3 minutes of added time, actually. I think that may well be the 4th official feeling sorry for us, because there's probably more than 3 minutes when you think about that injury that there was in that second half as well. But anyway, Salah now plays the ball up the line to Henderson. Henderson plays it back on towards Salah, but Ben White's across, can't keep the ball in, and then kicks it away. Jordan Henderson with a throw though, and Liverpool are going to finish this game in possession of the ball. Regeneron says there, we need to keep working on developing and improving and getting more goals. Well, to get more goals, we've got to attack a little bit more, and we've got to be a little bit more incisive with our attacking, which we haven't been all season. And we've got away with it in recent games because we've been playing reasonably poor teams. But when we come up against decent teams, again, I wanted to see an improvement today. I wanted to see us not fall to bits away from home against one of these teams. And unfortunately, we're seeing the same old thing again, aren't we? And yes, you could say it's a reasonably new team, and it is. But it's the same results as we've been getting. There was a firm challenge there actually from Ben White, but Liverpool are looking to come forward again with Mo Salah on his near side. He certainly had a lot more influence in the second half. Mo Salah, is he going to get himself another goal? El Neni did well there actually, his Egyptian teammate. But again, Liverpool worked hard to get the ball back, and we can't get out of our own half. Shane says, I didn't expect to win, but I didn't expect this second half. Seems 3 hours long. No, exactly. It's been a terrible second half. And we've just fell to pieces. As soon as we, it's almost like, I think the last 10 games has been like building a house made of cardboard. And eventually it's going to fall down when it's put under any sort of stress. And that's what's happened here. The minute we've been put under any sort of pressure against a good team, we've just cracked. And unfortunately, this is a recurring theme for many, many years. So yeah, the True Set 3 says there, 290 more subs and I can send you a super chat. Yeah, you can. That'd be nice. I look forward to that. In the meantime, of course, you could always click on one of the links I've got down below and donate to the channel anyway, because I keep most of that instead of YouTube taking 40% of the super chats when I do get them. Salah now coming forward again down this near side. Tavares pinches the ball off him. It's been a mixed game for Tavares, hasn't it? He's had some great moments and he's had some really, really poor moments. And he's a poor moment again as he gives the ball away, or almost gives the ball away. Oh dear, that was a strange ball from Maitland-Niles actually. And in fact, there goes the full-time whistle. It has finished. Liverpool 4, Arsenal 0. Really, really disappointing second half from Arsenal after not a bad first half overall. We didn't create enough chances, but we had a lot better shape to us. But in the second half, we just fell to bits. We gifted Liverpool a second goal quite early in that second half. And then from there, it was always looking a matter of how many Liverpool would score. They got 4 different goal scorers today as well. A nice moment there between Tomiyasu and Minamino, who I think are about to exchange shirts as well. But yeah, really, really poor that was from Arsenal. Extremely poor. And we shouldn't really be shocked because we've seen this so many times in this stadium and other top, when we play the top sides away from home. So we shouldn't really be surprised. But I was surprised because I thought this Arsenal team had a little bit more about them, but we clearly haven't. We completely fell to bits in that second half. Mo Salah is also changing shirts with El Neni. Another nice moment there, but unfortunately, when you've just lost 5-0, these aren't the sort of moments that you want to see, is it? Klopp is just congratulating his players. Arteta is walking onto the pitch there to maybe go over to the away fans. So yeah, another really, really, really poor Arsenal performance at Anfield. It's almost an annual ritual now, isn't it, that Arsenal go to Anfield and get absolutely torn to pieces. And it's happened again. What's this, the 6th year in a row that we've come here and got absolutely hammered? Maybe we should just not bother playing this game anymore. Salah's actually got a Liverpool substitute shirt on at the moment, Gordon, number 49, which is unusual to see. But anyway, he did give his shirt to Mohamed El Neni, and he hasn't put the Arsenal shirt on, so you've got to give him credit for that, I guess. So yeah, really, really poor performance that was from Arsenal. And Liverpool played well. Let's be honest, they were good in that second half, really good. But we've just completely fell to pieces. Difficult to know what to say really, because I think none of us expected to see that really. Yes, we knew it'd be a tough game, and for us to get anything out of this game would have been a big effort. But I think we all just wanted to see Arsenal compete with Liverpool and do something different to what we've done here for the last what 6, 7, 8 years, whatever it is that we've been turned over, and people say, oh, Liverpool are a great side. Yes, they are a great side, but Brighton came in their last home game, got a 2-2 draw. They pulled Liverpool all over the pitch because they went with a plan to do that. It seemed like we set out from the start to contain Liverpool and play on a counter-attack. And, you could say it worked reasonably well in the first half. We had one or two little opportunities and we looked quite solid defensively. But as soon as we went behind and then obviously close to half-time, we needed to do something different if we were going to get back in the game. We didn't. We played into Liverpool's hands and they have just, wiped the floor with us yet again. So I'm almost tempted not to really blame the players as much, actually. For me, the fault always lies with the manager, unfortunately. I just don't think he's the right man for what we need. And you could clearly see today his reluctance. The tactics were wrong. Once we went 1-0 down, it was 0-0. The tactics were good, but as soon as we conceded a goal, you've got to try and impact the game more. You've got to try and cause Liverpool some problems, and we didn't. And that's the disappointing thing. Shane says there, thanks for its disappointing day, but we need to put this game behind us. 3 points against Newcastle. I still think this squad is good enough for top 6 and a cup win. Possibly we could win both cups if we don't have to play Liverpool, Man City or Chelsea in any game, in any round. We've got a chance. But as soon as we come up against anybody like that, you have to worry, don't you? Because this season it's been the same old story, isn't it? 3 comfortable victories for those top 3 teams against us this season. So if we avoid them, we've got a chance. Regenda says second half of the goals were poor concentration. Liverpool was sharper. Yeah, they were sharper. They forced us into mistakes. We played into their hands and we conceded the goals. Adako says, how you doing, mate? Thanks for tuning in again. Good to see you in the chat. He says, we are the fewest goals scored in open play in the Premier League. Arteta is not an attacking-minded manager. He lacks idea in attack. No, he does. You're absolutely right. And this is what I've said all along. It's gonna get you narrow victories over some of the poorer teams, as we've seen. 1-0 victories over Norwich, Watford, and Burnley, for example. In spells, we've played some decent attacking football against Tottenham, against Villa, for 20 minutes against Leicester. But ultimately, he's more worried when we play the better teams. He's more worried about not getting hammered. Unfortunately, today we have got hammered. Despite that, we got hammered at Manchester City earlier in the season. Despite that, we got blown away by Chelsea and Brentford as well. And we've scored 3 goals away from home so far this season. None in the second half of games away from home in the Premier League this season. And that just sums up where we are. If we're not going to be scoring enough goals, if we're not going to be playing enough attacking football, then we've certainly got to defend better than we did today. And then we have been doing. The fact that our goalkeeper is our player of the season and he's man of the match almost every single game suggests to me this isn't a team that's defending well. And you could see today we were naive. We got pulled over all over the place. Yes, you could say it's a young defence and they're a young team, and they are. But ultimately, we've got to be better. We've got to be better. And yeah, you have to unfortunately look at the manager. You do, because he's the one who sets the tactics out. He's the one that's working with these players in training. He's the one that's setting them out for these games. He's the one that puts the mindset in them. And I just feel as though he is too negative. He's not able to change things, and he's not able to impose our game on the opposition when it's a good opposition. And that's the problem. And as Daco says there quite rightly, they could have scored 8 without Ramsdale. Yeah, and you could say that. How many games has that been the case this season? We've got away with it in recent games because the teams that we've played haven't been as clinical, don't have as good players as Liverpool, and we've been able to get a goal from somewhere and win some of the games. But Yeah, you can see today we're miles and miles and miles away from where we want to be as a club, miles away. And the 10-game run, and I said it, and that 10-game run was on the back of games that we would have expected to pick up points from. We would have done. Leicester away was maybe the only one, and look what happened to them today against Chelsea at home. Leicester aren't that great at the minute. Aston Villa, we turned them over comfortably, but look where they are in the league. They sacked their manager. Do you know what I mean? Tottenham, we hammered them at the Emirates. They got rid of their manager. Teams with problems, we can beat. Teams that are good, well organised, work hard, we can't beat. And when they're a really good team with really good players, we get hammered. And this is where we are. We finished 8th for the last 2 seasons. Are we likely to finish any higher than that? I'm not sure if we are. I do think that 10-game unbeaten run was, I said it on our Tuesday clinic show a couple of weeks ago, after we beat Watford, that maybe the position that we were in the league in 5th place, in fact, I still think we might well be 5th despite this defeat, but isn't really where this team are, where this club is at the moment. We are battling for a place in the top 6, as Shane said, and we're gonna have to improve a lot if we're gonna make that top 6. Tottenham have just got Conte in as manager. You're going to imagine they're going to improve. Manchester United are probably on the brink if they haven't already. I've not seen any updates, but they're going to be getting a new manager probably very soon as well. So they're going to probably improve, and that top 6 is going to become a lot more difficult for us. We haven't got a lot of points in hand on the teams below us, have we? They're all very close to us, and another couple of poor defeats as we've seen today, and we'll be back down in mid-table again. So it isn't. People were getting carried away, I felt, with this run of results against, let's face it, what were generally the weaker half of the league. We haven't beaten a team above us in the league. We haven't beaten a team that started a day above us. I think it was only maybe Tottenham that were above us before we played them that we've beaten. We've beaten all teams that are below us in the league. So, I don't understand what everybody's excitement's been. And today, again, we've seen that when it matters, when it counts, we're not good enough. We're not good enough at all. Rajendra says that our defence needs to get to the level of Liverpool and learn how to play offside. Well, Liverpool, they're a lot further down the line than us, let's be honest, but they've got a lot better players. That's the key, and a lot better coach. Shane says it would be interesting to know how many times we win after international break. I'm never confident about who we play. Well, I mean, the last 2 international breaks before this one, we've done well, haven't we? Either we come back and won the game. So I'm not sure if that's the reason. Luca says I'm fuming. Yeah, I've gone past being fuming. This to me is just what you kind of, it's the level that we are, unfortunately. It's the level that we've been at for quite a while. And, it's nice that we had that long unbeaten run, but that wasn't realistic. That's not what this Arsenal team are. Rajendra says there, so we can get more attacking players forward faster. Yeah, that's what we need to do. We need to get the ball forward quicker. Look at Liverpool, right? At times in this game, they can play some lovely short passing moves, but also they're not frightened to go long from the back, are they? Balls over the top by Van Dijk, into the corners looking for Mane and Salah, and they get the ball forward quickly, put teams under pressure. And if you put teams under pressure in this Premier League, you'll get goals, you'll score goals. And that's what we don't do. We'd rather pass backwards and sideways 10 times, go nowhere in our own half, rather than put long balls into the corners for our, we've got some pace up there for guys that we don't do that enough, do we? We don't get the ball forward enough, and that's why we don't score enough goals. Adeko says, I feel we doubt we're going to take any point from Man United, Everton and West Ham before end of the year. Well, Man United, if they change their manager, I would think we might struggle. At the moment, you'd fancy our chances perhaps against them because they're probably slightly worse than we are. Everton will be tough, very tough game away from home. West Ham, another really tough game. I know they lost today, but they are a very good team, as we know. So, yeah, we've got some tough games coming up. And these games are always going to be the test. The last 10 games haven't really been, we've not been stretched. We've played teams that we should have got results against, and we've got results against them, which is great. But we didn't learn anything about this team. We learned about them today, and we've learned that maybe they're not as good as some people were thinking that they were. Some of these players are not as good as some people thought that they were. Tomiyasu struggled in this game, second half in particular. Ben White, again, struggles when he's put under pressure. Out of our defence, I thought Gabriel was the only one who really can come out with his head held high from this game from our defensive point of view. And obviously Ramsdale, of course, was brilliant again. we can forgive him pretty much anything at the minute. Midfield was non-existent in this game, and going forward, I mean, Aubameyang and Lacazette contributed very, very little in an attacking sense. Smith Rowe and Saka played okay. Didn't see enough of the ball, but they played okay. But it's the usual suspects, isn't it? Saka, Smith Rowe, Ramsdale, Gabriel. That's our team. That's the team we need to build around. Pretty much anyone else you can take out, get rid of. Thomas Partey, I mean, again, he's flattered to deceive in a big game. I kind of think he's got more to give us, but yeah, so maybe him as well. But the rest of them, you can get rid of all of them, replace them with anybody else. It's not going to make any difference to the team. You know, that's the core of our team is Saka, Smith Rowe, Ramsdale, Gabriel, and Thomas Partey. The rest of them, I wouldn't bother me if they're there or not. We replace them, whoever we replace them with. We need to look at better players, quite honestly, and we need to get the most out of the players that we've got in the meantime. Certainly the attacking players. Aubameyang is wasting his time. He signed that new contract, and yeah, he's be able to buy himself some more nice cars and some more nice haircuts he can get every couple of weeks. But ultimately, I don't know what he's doing, because he's not getting any sort of service. He's not doing enough anyway. I agree with that, but he's not getting enough service, is he? He was scoring 30 goals a season, 40 goals a season at Bayern Munich when he was playing under Klopp. Funnily enough, he was getting 30 goals a season at Arsenal when Unai Emery was manager. Under Arteta, he's become a 15 goal a season striker, hasn't he? That's not because he's no good. That's not because he can't score goals. It's because he's not being used in the right way. That's most effective. The team isn't designed to get the best out of our attacking players. And that's the problem, isn't it? Adako says there, and then in January we'll be in more trouble with the AFCON. Yeah, we're losing some players in that, aren't we? Although we're not going to lose really the main ones that I've just mentioned, which is handy. We can lose some of the others. I don't think it's going to make that much difference, let's be honest. Shane says there, just looking at fixtures, we have 8 games in December. That's mental. Yeah, we do. Yeah, next December, of course, we won't have any games, will we? Because the World Cup will be on, which might be more fun. Who knows? But anyway, yeah, it's a busy December. A lot of games, a lot of tough games. And by the time we come out of that period, by the time we get into January and the start of the FA Cup, we're going to know exactly where this team are, what to expect for the rest of the season, aren't we? Because we've got some really tough games, and we'll see. If we can put this defeat behind us and go on another run, then yeah, brilliant. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? But I don't know how many of us are convinced that we're going to be able to do that when you look at the fixtures that we've got. I can't wait for sort of January, February, March time when we're playing the similar run of games we've just had. To play them again, brilliant. I'm sure we'll pick up some results, but the rest of the teams, I'm not sure. Adako there says Uber is finished. We need to get a new striker like Isak or Vlahovic, a new fresh. No, we definitely need a new fresh striker. There's no doubt about that. But if we do get a new fresh striker who isn't given any sort of service, who's having to suffer with the ball going backwards and sideways for 80 minutes out of 90, then is that going to make a lot of difference to our goal output? I'm not so sure. Aubameyang is, in his career, he scored more goals than pretty much everyone else currently playing in the Premier League, apart from Ronaldo, obviously, and one or two others. Over his career, he's one of the top scoring players, isn't he? So, and he can still score goals. But when he's only getting one chance a game, as he did today, he missed that one. If he had 2 or 3 other chances, say like Mo Salah did, or like Sadio Mane did, he would have probably scored a couple of goals because he's getting the chances. But he's not getting the chances with us. He's getting 1 or 2 chances a game if he's lucky. And he's not going to score every single chance he gets, is he? Because even the best players in the world don't score every single chance they get, do they? So that's the bigger problem for me. Isn't really about Aubameyang personally. I still think he'll score goals if he's given opportunities, and he has done. He's got 8 goals this season. But the problem is we're not using him in the right way. We're not utilising what he's good at, and we're not utilising any of our attacking play. Anything Arsenal there's in the chat. How you doing, mate? Thanks for tuning in. He says no progress so far. Exactly, yeah. I've been saying that for the last hour and a half or so. Unfortunately, disappointing stuff. Be interested to hear your show tomorrow. Actually, what you and Brian make of it all, because yeah, disappointing is pretty much an understatement, really, isn't it? You know, I think all of us were excited about this game. We're thinking, you know what, let's see this new Arsenal team are going to go to Anfield and we're going to give a good account of ourselves, and we're not going to get turned over. We're not going to fall to pieces again. And it's just happened exactly the same. And I'm very sort of so disappointed about that, because I didn't think it was going to happen. Honestly, I didn't. I really did think this was going to be different. But I suppose there was always a nagging doubt in the back of my mind that's told me that the last 10 games were not a realistic run of games. They were games we a very nice run of fixtures, let's be honest. And again, anything Arsenal says there, no fight or competitiveness, which I won't see. Exactly, that was exactly it. I wanted us to go there, and you know, and I go back to, you know, their last home game against Brighton. Brighton were 2-0 down and came back and almost won that game, got a draw. You know, Brighton were organised. They knew what they were doing. They had a plan. They worked for each other, and they, you know, from 2-0 down, they went on and got a draw. We was 2-0 down, and we just fell to pieces and could have lost 7 or 8. And that's the difference, isn't it? And that, for me, that comes down to the manager. We've got as good a players as Brighton. We've got some better players than Brighton. Let's be honest. We do have. Brighton have been struggling against relegation for the last 3 years. You know, we've got better players than them. The one thing that we don't have is a better coach. And this is becoming so obvious. It's been obvious for ages. Even in these games that we were winning, we wasn't winning because of great coaching. We were winning because we just had slightly better players in the team we were playing, and we were slightly more organised, and our goalkeeper was playing exceptionally well, and he played exceptionally well today again, didn't he? So that's the only difference. That's the only difference. And you know, and yeah, it is the same old story as we've seen many times before. You know, and it's not just this game, is it? It isn't just this game. This game's just reiterated it for me. Mudako says there, this is the reason why I switched to women's football, because watching the men's team made me so frustrated and depression. Yeah, no, I understand that, definitely. It happened every season for the past 5 or 6 years. No, it has done. It is frustrating. And I mean, it's just, I suppose, while the men's team have started declining in recent years, the women's team have, you know, been doing well, haven't they? And this season in particular, it has been really good. So yeah, I'm enjoying watching the women's games more. I've got to be honest. I enjoy the style of football the women play a lot more than I enjoy the style of football under Arteta. I just don't enjoy the way that we play. And yes, we went 10 games unbeaten, which was great, but I didn't enjoy watching many of them games. There wasn't exciting games, were they? Very few of them were. The odd one or two, as we know. But yeah, I don't enjoy the football that we play, and that's the biggest frustration for me. And yeah, you want to watch your team and enjoy watching them, don't you? And that's what it's about. I enjoy watching the women because I like the sort of style of football that they play. You know, you watch Liverpool today. I've always said this. I've been saying this for a while. You know, Man City under Pep, I've never enjoyed watching. Liverpool under Klopp, you do enjoy watching. It's exciting football. They get the ball forward quickly. They rock and roll football. It's cool, isn't it? And it's great to watch, and that's the sort of football I like to see. I want to see my team play like that. The Arsenal women play like that, and it's great. The Arsenal men don't. They're just a very poor version of Pep's Man City, aren't they? And I don't enjoy the elite version of Pep's Man City watching them. So, you know, I'm not going to enjoy this, am I? So, but that's where I am with it. And, you know, it's important that we try to bounce back from it. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Newcastle at home next week. You saw today they didn't win their game, but you could see the new manager kind of bouncing there with Eddie Howe. I know he wasn't at the game today, but it's going to be an interesting game next week against Newcastle, isn't it? They're the only team without a win. Are they going to get that first win against us? I mean, that would be dreadful, wouldn't it? But we need a reaction from this now, don't we? On next weekend against Newcastle, and then we know the big games we've got coming up after that. So yeah, let's put this one behind us and let's see what the reaction is now. If we can go on another 3, 4, 5 game unbeaten run after this, then that'd be brilliant. And then we can maybe then look to see some progress. These next few games now are massive, aren't they? To see what reaction there is, to see what this team have really got, see what this coach has got. And at the moment, I'm not convinced still. And yeah, there's a lot of work to do. We can see how much work there is to do, you know, and yeah, this is the problem, isn't it, at the minute? So let's see what happens in the next few weeks, because it is going to be interesting. In terms of the channel, then, I mean, thanks to all you guys for tuning in again. Not as many watching today, not as many comments as recent games, but that's fine. I understand there's loads of other stuff that you could be doing with your life. Adako says there, watching football during Wenger was more entertaining than watching football right now. Wenger. Well, not exactly. I mean, I said this the other night. I was on a show on a different channel, and we were talking about Wenger, and that football was amazing. And it's difficult to watch the football that we're producing now, even in that 10-game unbeaten run. You know, it's like that under Unai Emery, wasn't it? When we went 22 games unbeaten during that season. Most of that football wasn't great to watch. The odd games here and there were, but overall it wasn't great football to watch. Even that was more entertaining than this. I've got to be honest. That's how I feel about it. And Shane says, honestly, that in the last 18 months, I don't get hurt after a loss like I used to. I'm used to it now. Yeah, exactly. I feel hurt today, even knowing we were not going to win. Thanks, Rich. Come on, you guys. Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel a bit like that as well. I was looking for something different today. I was hoping to see something different, hoping to see these changes that everybody's been telling me, this progress that we've made. I was hoping to see that today. That's what I wanted out of this game. Nothing else. If we got a result, that'd have been a bonus. But I wanted to see this progress that we're supposed to have been making. And that's what we got, and that's what we produced that today. That's no progress, is it? It's exactly the same as Andy said a bit earlier on. No, that's not progress. That's nothing different, is it? It's the same old story, and that is exactly where we are. And I believe that's where we're going to stay while we've got this manager. I don't care what players we buy. That isn't the biggest problem. Yes, some of the players aren't good enough. And some of we do need some more experience in around some of the great young players that we do have that are brilliant. But I'm not sure that we're going to progress with this manager. And I was saying this consistently through this 10-game run as well. It's not just because we've lost today. I know probably people will say it is, but it isn't. You know, just if you've watched this show, if you've watched this show throughout this season, you'll know my feelings on Arteta. I was starting to come around to the idea that maybe there was some progress, and I wanted to see that today. That's what I was looking forward to, and we haven't got it. Adako says, did you still believe in Arteta? Because I don't. I've never really believed in him, if I'm honest. And yeah, the 10-game run didn't convince me particularly, and obviously today hasn't convinced me either at all. So no, I don't believe he's the man. And I look elsewhere, and you look at other managers, and you look at other teams and how they play when they go away to Anfield, when they go away to Man City, when they go away to Man United, when they go away to these other big teams, when they go away to Chelsea, the performances that they put in, and then you look at the performances we consistently put in away at these stadiums and these grounds against these teams. And that's where your answer is, isn't it? You know, Brighton 2 or 3 weeks ago came back from 2-0 down at Anfield, got a draw, could have won. Crystal Palace won at Man City a few weeks ago. We go Man City, get turned over. This is what I'm saying. You know, coaches that are just got plans to win games, not just go to games not to lose, and that's the difference. That's the difference. This is where we are. So, yeah. Anyway, we will resume this this conversation on the Tuesday clinic on Tuesday. That's going to be a pretty lively show. I think it will. Hopefully, we can get a good panel in. Obviously, hopefully Melvin will be back this week. Adam will almost certainly be on, and hopefully we can get Dorsey on, or maybe we might get see who else we can get on. But we definitely are going to have a good debate about where we are this game. Lots to look forward to on the Tuesday clinic this week. It's going to be a lively one. So please join me for that if you are around. In the meantime, of course, tomorrow we have got the Arsenal women against Manchester United away. Another really, really big game. So join me for that. I was going to go to the game, but I don't think I'm going to now, just because I've just got other things on, and it's a long travel, and I can't really spend the time traveling there and back tomorrow, unfortunately. So I will probably do a watch along on the channel if I don't go. But I will put that out in the morning. It's an early kickoff, isn't it? 12:15 as well. So So definitely stay tuned for that. And then, of course, the Tuesday clinic is going to be a lively one this week. So definitely please join me for all of that coming up on the channel. So if you haven't done so, please consider subscribing. Deco says there, we need to learn how Leipzig develop their football. We just need to do something different. I think I'm sick of watching this team. It's not great to watch. And when you see games like this, performances like this, results like this, it brings it home even more, doesn't it? I think the last 10 games have been papered over the cracks a little bit, hasn't it? That's what it's done. And I said it was like a house built of cardboard, isn't it? As soon as a little bit of wind comes along, we got blown away. And it wasn't even a gale force wind today, was it? It was a little gust in that second half, and we just collapsed. So, yeah, a little bit worrying that was. But anyway, it is what it is. We have lost 4-0 at Anfield. Yet again, a heavy defeat in this stadium. Those days of 1989 and other great victories we've enjoyed in this ground are a distant memory now, aren't they? It's been a long, long time since we haven't got a heavy beating there, let alone a victory. And Shane says there, are the Tuesday clinic panel doing a Chris Kringle this Christmas? Would be nice to see. Yeah, maybe that might be a good idea. So yeah, we've lost 4-0. It was a first half goal from Sadio Mane with a header. He could have been sent off actually, because he committed about 10 fouls in that first half, but did score a goal with a header from a Trent Alexander-Arnold free kick. Then in the second half, we just basically fell to pieces. Poor mistake from Tavares, gave the ball straight to Diogo Jota. Ben White then made it far too easy for Jota, who finished it well, took it around Ramsdale and slotted in. That was the second goal. The third goal, again, it was poor defending from Ben White, it was, and Mane got clear and squared it for Salah to tap home his goal. And then it was Minamino, the substitute, got the fourth goal. Again, terrible defending from Arsenal. Alexander-Arnold with the assist across the 6-yard box for Minamino to tap home as well. So a lot of the Liverpool goals were very similar, weren't they? Especially the three in the second half, just tapping into the empty net in front of the Kop. So, yeah, not good enough from Arsenal. Very, very, very disappointing. And the less we said about that today, the better, really. Adako says here, they don't buy world-class players, but develop young players to become world-class. That is unique. And we've developing one or two really good young players as well that are going to become world-class, I think, but they need a lot better around them, or they're not going to develop in the way that we want them to, are they? They're going to be held back by the way that we play, by the players around them and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, we've got some potential in this team. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be realised with this coach personally, but I'm sure the other guys on the Tuesday clinic will disagree, and that'll be great. We can have a discussion about it then. But in the meantime, I am out of here. I'm starting to lose my voice, as you can tell. But I will be, hopefully, I'll have it back in time for the women's game tomorrow, which is a 12:15 kickoff. So I'll go live at 12 o'clock midday for that one, if I'm not at a game, which I'm unlikely to be. So I'll put a stream together for that one. So join me for that, please, as well. I'm sure that'll be a better game than this. And actually, I'm going to take that score off the screen now, because it's doing me any. So join me for that, please, tomorrow. Looking forward to that one. And I say the next show will be the Tuesday clinic on Tuesday, with lots and lots to talk about, of course, following this rather disappointing game. Of course, I couldn't even play me 1-0 to the Arsenal chant today either, which again is disappointing. But anyway, what can you do? Right, okay, that's it for me. I am going to go and give my voice a bit of a rest for tomorrow. And Udaka says, don't forget tomorrow we'll win 3-1. Yeah, you did say that last night on the Arsenal Women's show. Yep, you did. I said 3-2 actually. So it'll be a good game if it is. But I'll take any victory. A 1-0 will do me. We get the win and keep at least our 1 point advantage going into the international break and then the cup final. So let's hope and pray tomorrow goes a lot better than today. I'm sure it will. But join me for that game tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Hopefully see a few more of you in the chat tomorrow, and we can discuss everything to do with the Arsenal women as well, and maybe a few comments about this game as well if anybody wants to. But we want to focus on the women tomorrow, because that's what it's all about, and that's what we'll do. So join me for that. Thanks for watching today. Thanks for joining in with the chat as well. Let's hope this is a one-off and we bounce back. I'm not convinced it's going to be, but anyway, we can only hope, can't we? That's what it's all about. It's the hope that kills you. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Please like before you go. I think I maybe deserve a like for putting up with that second half and sticking with it, and for you guys for sticking with it with me as well. You all deserve a like as well, so I'll give you a like for doing that. So thanks for that. I will see you tomorrow for the women's game at 12, and then Tuesday for the Tuesday clinic. Sorry, different name now, Tuesday clinic. We need some therapy after that, don't we? Loads coming up on the channel, so please subscribe and like and everything else, and I will speak to you guys tomorrow. Yeah, it's finished here at Anfield today, as it does most years. Liverpool 4, Arsenal 0. Very, very disappointing. But as Yaz once said, the only way is up. Let's hope so, because we need better. Come on, you guys. Come on. Thanks a lot, guys. Speak to you soon. See you tomorrow.